Okay. Maybe this will work. It broke at exactly 10 minutes into stream, so, you know, hopefully that's going to be fine. And it'll work now. So, I see starting screen. It hopefully it's working, dude. I don't know what to do at this point. The Streamlabs support rep that is helping me with the problem is not being helpful at all. So, who knows? We might have to go content creator, reach out over social media to get this thing solved at this rate, because the rep that they have so far is not being helpful when I'm paying them for their higher level of support. So this is super fun. We shall see. We're just gonna continue on and say that it's working great. It's almost time to drop Streamlabs. Dude, if this keeps up at this rate, I'm gonna have to look into something else. What's the alternative? Stream Elements? Because I've been having, over the last 2 months, I think we've probably had, I stream 3 times a week, and I think we've probably have 5 or 6 streams out of the last 2 months. So that's like less than 20 streams that have crashed or just completely broken due to Streamlabs OBS breaking on things. So yeah, definitely don't recommend them right now. Any other streamers having this issue? It seems to only be with their multi-streaming tool, and the support rep that I have is refusing to even acknowledge that that could potentially be an issue. So that's where the big thing is coming from. Because the reason I use Streamlabs OBS over regular OBS is because I multi-stream, and their plugin is pretty good for multi-streaming. Usually it worked great for about a year, and it didn't add any extra bandwidth expense to my side. It was only on their side for it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. If we make it past the 10-minute mark, then the stream will be fine, because every time I went back and looked, and every single stream that we've had has just crashed or started dropping frames at exactly 10 minutes. So Jimmy doesn't multi-stream, so he wouldn't be having the same issue. But anyways, let's just move on and carry on like everything's totally fine. We're gonna see how many pickaxes I still have. I'm not sure if we need to start repairing right now, or if we need to oh, we only went through 3. Well, we went through 4, but we're not gonna talk about that. It's fine. I kind of want to, first, I don't know why, but I really want to just like take the whole thing down just for some reason. Just like do the whole stretch all the way across is kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. So we're gonna start with that and just kind of see where it goes. I think our shulker boxes, if I remember correctly, were pretty filled up, so we'll like clear out this entire stretch that we have in here, and then we will, oh, that's a cave. Good start. Yeah, we'll clear out the stretch that we have over on this side, and then we'll probably just delete this extra stones that I can't save. And then where's pick 4? Flip, what happened? People got me ranting, and I stopped paying attention to the durability, and I broke it. Just got kicked again on my TV. The phone is fine. You shouldn't be getting kicked. I don't know what's up with that. That sounds like, unfortunately, something on your end. So I can't claim that as an issue on my side, but you never know. You never know. Also, so many ones that I missed. Blooded Eyes with the 51 months. If you're still in here, thank you so very much. Velana, thank you for 37 months of potato. And Frenchman, thank you so much for the gift sub. I really appreciate you. Thank you all so very much. Can I ask what is with Misadventures? Misadventures for me, unfortunately, turned into a thing where I haven't been able to make time for it in the schedule because it just isn't performing well. It's kind of a weird,
pleased to meet you,
concept for a series in today's YouTube world. It's a really cool concept for a series to play on, but when it comes to actually marketing that to like a general YouTube audience, it is very hard to sell. And So it's been something that like the existing audience enjoys, but it's not getting any turnaround in like the general Minecraft audience. And unfortunately, like 60% of my views come from people who are not subscribed to the channel. On a good day, mostly it's usually about 70%. So Misadventures, the last video that I posted from it, made less money than I paid my editor to edit it, and that doesn't account for the near 15 hours of work that I put into the thing. So it was not great. Jordan, thank you so much for the 21 months, dude. I appreciate you. And Belsita, thank you so much for the 6 months. Appreciate you. But yeah, I would love to. I'll be back on Misadventures soon for a second channel video. Lizzie is almost done with the bear dungeon, so that's gonna be cool. And I think like it's definitely not just like audience to blame on it. Like there is definitely ownership of us who are on the server.
Pleased to meet you.
I think we did a decent job of getting things started, but I don't think we did a great job.
As many mountains as you want to tear down.
Pleased to meet
who's that?
you.
Izzy is me. Thank you so much for the 3 months.
High flip.
We got many mountains coming on. Don't worry. Dragooners, thank you so much for the 11 months. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think for the Misadventures crew of everybody who jumped in on it, I think was expecting a little bit like there wasn't really like a consistent level set throughout the people who were in there about how much time would be committed. And there wasn't really that like initial hype of the series because it was kind of
Pleased to meet you.
a soft launch, I guess. Some people kind of started it, but then they had other series pop up and things like that, or even myself. I never really fully prioritized it to give it its space. Athena, thank you so much for the 40 months. I really do appreciate it. Oh, good goblin flip. Watch out, they'll steal your snacks. Belladonna, thank you so much for the 10 months as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think it was definitely like one where it didn't hit as hard in the general audience when episode 1s came out that I think people were really hoping for. And then people kind of reverted to what they thought was safe. And then it was also a lot of issues with the launch, which we couldn't have accounted for just because it's a brand new concept.
Very good background for while applying to jobs endlessly. _rip.
Artistic desire. Thank you so much for the 21 months. I really do appreciate it. Good luck on the job search. That's something that I'm thankful to not have to be dealing with. But good luck. I know that's a tough one, and it's easy to get down on yourself and everything, but give it time and I'll believe in you. You got it. You'll find what's right for you, hopefully. Moment of silence. Yeah, I kind of just keep talking over Streamlabs sometimes. But yeah, I think Misadventures is something that there is hope for it, but it needs like a rebirth. It needs like a rebirth of like a new expansion launch almost to really like send it. And it's one of those that requires a lot of hours put in from everybody and a lot of development hours to finish up the mod, because stuff that was still promised at launch that like should have been there unfortunately is still not there, and the server's been out for like 6-8 months, and that's because a bunch of other bugs came up along the way that took priority over it. So there's a lot of systems that were supposed to be in it to make it like that much more immersive and engaging and like different things to be doing, and that stuff just still isn't there. So it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to be working on a lot of those things when there's like good reasoning behind the scenes I can't really share for why those things haven't been fixed, because there was or created because other things needed to be fixed and took priority. But it definitely is one of those that's like looking back on it, it's like, well, that probably would have helped a lot to build some more hype and have like a full functional everything going in. To be fair, I wasn't into Misadventures instantly, but it took time for me to enjoy it. Yeah, Misadventures was one where it definitely is a unique way of playing Minecraft. So we basically need to treat it like modded Minecraft, but also it's fully vanilla, so you don't really get like the hype that people get of playing modded Minecraft. Like where you get with like a create mod series or something like that. So we kind of need to package it as vanilla, but then the audience that would watch vanilla is like, no, this is pretty modded. So it's kind of just like a weird spot. It's a very, very weird spot to be in. That I think we can figure it out. It just is gonna depend. I'm going out of town this weekend, but I kind of want to reach out and see if like we want to get like the group together and be like, yo, like what are we thinking? Like where are we going with this? What's the plan? Oh yeah, also, yeah, Lizzie has many more important priorities going on in life right now than to be running a Minecraft server, as she should. So that also definitely is a little part of it. That definitely has affected things, I think is fair to say, but you know, I also fully support her in taking the time off to, you know, be a mom. Okay, we're gonna just run around and get all this dirt, and then we'll just go big crazy on the mining side. Vanilla plus. Yeah, it's kind of vanilla plus. Watch the shovel durability. It's still got 600 almost. Yeah, my friends, click the like button if you have not already. I very much do appreciate it. We had a lot of issues at the stream start and had to fully restart. So if you've already clicked the like button, it might have been in the last stream. So if you can do it again, I very much do appreciate it. It helps me out so much. And especially when we get these headaches of a day. Am I married or single? I'm married. Which nether biome is your favorite? Honestly, I think I like Crimson Forest the most. The vibes in a Crimson Forest is just top tier. Also, hi Twitch, y'all are doing great. Just sit there and look pretty. You're all doing fantastic. I think I would say Crimson Forest is the best nether biome. Mostly because there's the most stuff going in it. As annoying as hoglins are, I still think hoglins are like one of the best parts of the nether. I think they add so much life to it without really needing to do much. And I love them. I think hoglins are so cool. But me and my friends are doing our own version of Empire's SMB. Ooh, nice, fun. It's a fun way to play Minecraft. If y'all can stick to it and really like be on board with it, it's a really, really fun way to play. What's your favorite overworld biome? Mega Taiga. Next. Now, Mega Taigas I think are my favorite because Big Spruce Tree is pretty. And also it's the only biome in Minecraft that has a rock. That has like a boulder. The mossy cobblestone boulders, the podzol floors, ferns, you got grass everywhere. You got sweetberry bushes, you got wolves, you got foxes, it's such a good biome. I would love to do like a custom Mega Taiga biome again one day.
Pleased to meet you.
We did that kind of in Hardcore Season 1, but I would love to do one with my current build skills.
Like
How much stone have you placed in broke? We're almost at 2 million stone mined. Or no, we're above 2 million. Times mined. Yeah, 2.7 million mined, almost 300,000 placed. I don't place much stone. I just have to remove a ton when we're clearing out these mountain spaces. It's a nice boulder. Yeah, it's a very, very good bold font. Shattered Savannah is cool too. It makes me feel warm during cold Canadian winters. I like savannas more than shattered savannas. I really like savannas that have like a good set of plateaus and lower areas in them, or a savanna that lines up next to a mesa biome. The new mesa biome generation since Caves and Cliffs, not really new, but like it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. They did a really good job with it. Litos, thanks so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Secret Unknown, thank you so much for the 5 months. You're the best. Thank y'all. Have you gotten bored with the game at some point? Yeah, back in, what was it? I think September last year, I had zero desire to play Minecraft. That was like the biggest burnout phase I think I've ever had in the game, of like, I fully just did not even want to open the game. I've been pretty good since. I was just like really pushing it super hard to get a bunch of videos done and things before that. And then it really, really came to bite me in the butt. And so I'm a lot better about how I balance things now than I was then. So yeah, except for your mesa biome, right? I mean, I like my mesa biome. I think my mesa biome is pretty cool. But like, there's this mesa biome over here. This thing is gorgeous. This is like one of those big bowls with like a forest inside of it. It's really cool. Or even like down here. It's just, I think mesa biomes are pretty fun. I like mesa biomes. I don't tend to build in them much, but I think they're pretty to have as like a backdrop, something for what you're doing. And there's no snow, so you know, it's great. What mods do I play with? They're all linked in the Discord if you want to check it out in the resources channel. Not all of them are updated to 1.21.10 right now, so I've got as many installed as I can, but a lot of them are in there. We got a big day of digging today, yo. This is the big dig day. I'm almost done with the video for next week, which means the one after that, currently on the schedule, is this video. So we got a lot of digging to do. Your builds have inspired me so much. That's awesome, Charlie. I'm in the process of brainstorming for a book about these pale elves with the power to control light called Lumimancy. Nice. The amount of world building that has to go into writing a book is insane.
Pleased to meet you.
First, you have to have so many details to be able to just explain like why one sentence you said makes sense.
It's a good day. Smiling face emoji.
Kate, thank you so much for the 2 years. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today. You'd edit all your videos yourself? No, I have an editor. I've been working with him for about 2 or 3 years now. He took over pretty much. He took over this series. I started working with him in the Afterlife SMP series, if any of y'all remember that. And then he started taking over the hardcore series towards the tail end of Afterlife. So he's been doing all of the editing for the channel and for quite a while now. Currently starting my long-term world. Got inspired by you to start one. What's a good build style? Whatever you're going to enjoy working on. I think Minecraft lends itself pretty well to like a medieval fantasy vibe, so I tend to start there usually in worlds, unless I have like a theme that I absolutely want to do. But if it's your forever world, I can't tell you what to do. If I'm telling you what to do, then you're only gonna work on the thing that I'm telling you to do. Then you're gonna come back and say, well, all right, what do I do next? And that doesn't sound really forever world to me, because if I don't give you answers, then you'd be quitting. So you gotta figure out what you want to do for yourself. Spend some time thinking on it. It's okay to be like, ooh, I don't know what I want to do yet. It's okay to pause and think for a little bit. You don't just have to jump in and instantly do. Or you can literally jump in with zero plan and just say, I'm just going to play in survival for a while. I'm going to live out of a hole in the side of a mountain. And then when I feel ready for it, I'll get into building something when I feel inspired. That's a totally valid way to play Minecraft too. Flip, love your world. Thanks, Dandy. Start with a little house and a farm. Yeah. Move into a village. Transform a village. Have fun. What are all those Minecraft videos? Building in Minecraft with no plan. Those are pretty trendy for a while. The amount of them that obviously had a plan going into it. So good. So good. What's YouTube if you're not lying in your title? It's okay, it's at 100. We'll go swap it now. I was like, it's still got red in it. It's like easy 150. All right, I'll change the pickaxe. Almost got this whole side down by 3, so that's fun. I kind of wanted to like start today with being like, all right, we're gonna take everything down by 6 blocks. I don't know why, but in my brain, that's like, yeah, that's probably a good way to do all this.
Pleased to meet you.
Darcy, thank you for the 23 months.
Day is going well.
It's been going. The stream is stable. We haven't dropped a single frame since restarting, and we're 20 minutes in, so, you know, we're set. All it takes is you literally restart it once. Get 10 minutes into a stream, it breaks and crashes, and then you restart it, full restart, and it works. It's crazy how that is. You can put ender chests in a bundle. Yeah, you can stack ender chests. Any stackable item can go in a bundle. Oh yeah, it's y'all's job to make sure I don't break pickaxes. If we break a pickaxe, it's obviously not my fault. Duh. That'd be so stupid if it was my fault. No, it's your fault for sure. Kidding. It's just y'all's job to click the like button on the stream. That's all that's required.
Pleased to meet you.
Hey Flip. Just hit 10K on YouTube and wanted to show my appreciation to you as you have heavily inspired me to get to this point. Keep doing you less than 3.
Hey Twizzy, thanks for the 16 months, dude, and congratulations. That's huge. It's just the start. You got it. If you got 10K going, that's awesome. That's a huge accomplishment. That if you ever think about 10,000 people in a space, or maybe don't, because that could be anxiety inducing, but like not like there to stare at you or anything, but just like 10,000 people as an idea of amount of people, that's a lot of people. So congratulations. That's huge. watch movies or TV shows while doing these mega projects. I usually have YouTube going on the side monitor. I tend to watch YouTube more than like TV shows or whatnot, because I feel like YouTube I can half pay attention to a lot of what I typically watch on there. It's mostly just like background noise. You're the best and most skilled hardcore player I've ever seen. Yeah. I am the best out there. Ignore all the people with more days survived than me. I'm definitely the best. By far. 100%. We're gonna dig this down just so I can keep my shaping that I had for how much we were gonna... Our dividing lines. We'll take this down. I never put a marker in the start of this, so that's a bummer. You have a lot of pickaxes. Did you get them in creative, lol? Yeah, no, I cheat all the time. Yeah. Nah, I made them all before netherite upgrade templates were added to the game. Perks of a long-term world. You can, back before they make things more expensive or change something that you don't like about a crafting recipe or whatever, you can make a ton of them. I still have yet to craft a netherite tool with the netherite upgrade template. Just haven't used it yet. You're the best on YouTube. No, they said the best. They said the best. I read best, and period. There's no on YouTube. There's no asterisks. There's just the best. So we're gonna take that title. I need that win today. Thank you. I'm picking and choosing the compliments. It's raining so much in my town today. Oof. Yeah, we had it's finally not raining here, but it's been disgusting
Keep it real.
the last few days.
Don't forget to like the stream.
Hey, Kansa, thank you so much for the donut. Appreciate you. How you doing today? Welcome on in. Yeah, we're not even close to being at a point where we need to worry about things. So I'm gonna dig this down another 3, and we'll send it right back. Oh, we'll get that later. That's fine. We're not going to be keeping much more of the stone. I think this is all going to be stone that we're just going to send. I think it would be kind of cool, though, to... Yeah, we're going to go drop off the stone after this. I'm going to go do that. Can't wait to not have to dig that. Yeah. Rained so much in Belgium, I can't see the town hall out of my window anymore. Yeah, we've had the full-on just like rivers running down the street. We had a crazy windstorm on Saturday night. We thankfully didn't lose power, but some people around us definitely lost power. We're like in a very weird spot power line wise, with there's like above ground power lines everywhere in our neighborhood, but we're like also right next to a newer residential community that got built that's like one of those HOA neighborhoods, you know. And for some reason our house is connected to the power line of the HOA neighborhood, not the rest of the power lines that literally like are above ground in front of our house. So the power lines in the HOA are all underground. And so whenever the power goes out in the neighborhood, for some reason, which is absolutely fantastic, zero complaints whatsoever, it's much more unlikely for us to lose power if like a few houses are losing power around us. Like the houses on 3 sides of us were out of power on Sunday, and we had power, and I was like, I am very thankful for this right now. Okay, we're gonna take this and just fill that there. What am I doing? Digging a mountain. Okay, we are gonna pause that for a moment, and then all of these need to go to storage because they are all full. Got 3 ads within the less than 10 minutes I've been on the stream. I don't pick how many ads y'all get. And ads make sure that I can do this as a job, so thank you for watching them. It's funny how you collect so much stone, but it isn't one of the resources you need for the mountains. I mean, I need some stone for the mountains. I just don't need 2 million stone. The US has so much more wind and loses power so much more often to that. The fact that the greater Seattle area still has mostly power lines above ground boggles my mind. I don't get it. I don't understand. We live in a forest. Most of the greater Seattle area is covered in evergreen trees that are like 100 feet tall. Outside of like the heart of the city, I guess you could say. But like any semi-residential area there's big trees all over the place. And we get some big windstorms. And so when those things are coming down, like that's like they're knocking power lines down left and right. And the fact that there's still power lines here that are above ground, it's just absurd, dude. Like, it could be so much better if they just buried all the power lines. And it would look so much better, too. Power lines look so ugly. I never got new shulker boxes. I just kind of came back over here. Oh, well, we got to go grab those other stone ones. If I have premium and there's supposed to be an ad, but it doesn't play, do you still get revenue? Yes. If you have YouTube Premium, half of what you pay into Premium actually just gets given to creators that you watch, which I always find is pretty cool. So if you have YouTube Premium and you like I have it too, and you're watching a few creators, that just splits it's like $20 a month. It'll split $10 of that between everybody that you watch. Which compared to a single person watching advertisements on videos, unless you're watching like 100 different creators in a month, that's pretty... It'll still be more than what you would generate off of like ad revenue and whatnot. Oh, we had a whole shulker of grass in there? A whole shulker of grass? That's nice. That's stone. YouTube Premium now seems more worth it because y'all get money. I think YouTube Premium is so worth the cost. I don't know if it's equally or if it's based off of like percentage of watch time, but I know it distributes it between the creators you watch. I missed. I blame lag. This part of I need to optimize this world, dude. I haven't run the optimize since the new update came out. So that's on me. Is that full too? That's not full. Yeah, I've had YouTube Premium for a few years now. It's super worth it. But also for me, it's a business expense, so hee. I need 9, so what's that, 18? Ignore the shulkers out there. They're not there. Nothing exists. Yeah, I feel like YouTube Premium
Pleased to
for
meet
me
you.
is one of those that's like,
How many pickaxes have been broken at this point? Be
I don't wanna talk
careful when
about
it
it.
gets to red.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna get sad. I really don't want to talk about it. No, Chrome Holster, thank you for 38 months. I think we've broken 2 pickaxes. Maybe it's 3. I think it's 2. Thank you though for the 38 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, I kind of treat YouTube Premium as like a same thing as if I have like a Netflix subscription or something like that. And I've been just leaning towards canceling so many of my like streaming app subscriptions. We have a few that are like baked in through our phone plan, but outside of that, dude, like I'm kind of just canceling everything unless I'm like actively watching a show on them. Okay, cow, I don't want to murder. I'd prefer not to murder right now. Broken too many. I know. Okay, we're gonna bring this section down by the 6, and then we're gonna keep going. Well, we've already done 3 here, so this will be the extra 3. I don't know why. The idea of bringing it all down by like 6 blocks, now that we've chopped off some sections, to me feels like so much more productive. Just like bring the whole thing down, like doing a balancing act of like tear out a chunk all the way down and then bring everything down, and then just like digging in different ways, different styles and forms of digging to remove an area. Just to me seems like the right call. Because now when we get back into digging down a chunk, that chunk's gonna go so much quicker. In reality, it probably doesn't matter whatsoever, but hey, whatever helps the dopamine. When you're doing projects like these, whatever gives you the good, happy feelings, that's all you gotta worry about. When's the next creative stream? Probably not for a while, unfortunately. I really, really want to do one, but my next month is so insane. We'll probably do a lot of creative streams come like the holidays. Because I really want to spend some time planning out some things and doing work on those stuffs and all that as we go. I'd really wanted to do like the interiors of the Foliage University before the end of the year. So maybe we'll start doing creative streams for those in the holidays and kind of start working on getting those things in. Now that we have shelves, honestly, it sounds... Building interiors doesn't sound actually that awful. It still sounds awful, but like not that awful. Made another stream. Welcome on in. Don't forget to like the stream, y'all. Any word on when your dungeon might be done? I heard it got uploaded for testing this last week. Like, so, or it was supposed to be. So I don't know if it got uploaded or not. I haven't had confirmation. For my understanding is I gotta be the first one to run it. Because I did it. So there should be a second channel video sometime soon of me running the dungeon, like an uncut dungeon run video, which I just thought would be kind of cool. They'd be like, all right, here we're going. Custom train creative stream. Dude, I have so many mountains to build already. I can't plan another. I have too many projects that are unfinished because we planned out so many that like I need to just be locked in finishing things. Like that's that's the point that we're at right now. Need to rest too. Well, yeah, I am. I'm doing a good job of balancing things nowadays. That's why this thing isn't done yet. If I wasn't balancing things, this mountain would already be dug out and gone. The shovel's got 191. Hey, Das, welcome on in. Yeah, we're done with our shoveling. Don't worry. That Windows sound was also me, don't worry. Apparently Java wants to update. Distant Horizons is so bad without shaders. Yeah, that's why I use Voxy. I mean, it's a lot of fun building in creative. True, you just go brr, 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 brr. Oh my god, I have a build. After some of y'all in the J-Buses Discord were building out little train cars and things, I'm like, I kind of want to put like a metro system in the, or like a monorail system in the cyberpunk city. I feel like a monorail could be really cool for the city we're building. The pickaxe is at half. How's that too low for comfort? Break one block with the pickaxe. Oh, I better get a new one. What are you gonna do with the emerald ore? I don't know. I kind of want to find a way to use it in a build eventually. I feel like it could work out pretty well with mossy cobblestone and like some copper stuff. Like you can make a pretty cool house build palette with like the 3rd and 4th stage of copper, emerald ore, and like mossy cobblestone. I feel like you could do something with that maybe. I don't know. I feel like a monorail could be really cool. And then I can get Ollie to make a monorail song for me. He can just remix the Ender Rail song. Do you still plan things out in creative? Yeah. Yeah, I don't use TNT duping for digging out areas, but I will use TNT duping for certain farms that are needed to complete projects. I still want to feel like I'm the one actually doing the work in the world that I'm playing in, not just like turning a thing on and it does it for me. I feel like the second I get into that realm, I don't feel super attached to what I'm doing in the world. So TNT duping to like clear out landscapes like this, I feel like is something that, sure, it would save a lot of time, but then I feel like I'm just like, I skipped a whole part of it, and that same sense of accomplishment once it's done is really just not there. Feel like it's a flex of a build. I never find emerald ore. Emerald ore only spawns in mountain biomes. So if you want emerald ore, you have to dig around in a mountain, which is why we're getting so much emerald ore when we're in here. So if you're like, why do I never find emerald ore? It's probably because you're not in a mountain biome.
Keep it real.
Like, and some more likes for the stream. Don't forget to click the button, preferably an uneven amount of times.
Tarkana-san, thank you for the dono. I appreciate it. Definitely on the uneven amount of times. Been vibing with Ollie's Pirtle song. Another song by him that would be awesome. Well, he did the Ender Rail song already. How do you spawn-proof your wheat fields? With farmland.
Pleased to meet you.
Farmland is spawn-proof.
Toss a like to your F-Whipper. Happy Monday, Fweens. _F-Whip heart : _F-Whip.
Why does it say F-Whipper, and then it says Fweens perfectly? Ugh, scammed. Lauren, thank you so much for the 34 months. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this whole thing is... Just gonna deal with this now. Get that out of the way before it becomes a problem. When our hoodies expect to be shipped, they should be shipping out this week, is what I have heard. So should be receiving in another week and a half, probably, depending on where y'all live in the world. If I had to guess. But yeah, they were supposed to ship out the final week of October, and I heard from the team last week that they were still on schedule. Monorails are so inefficient. Yeah, but they look cool. Have you ever ridden on a monorail and looked down at the peasants walking along the street? Just saying. Might get my hoodie for my birthday on the 14th. Ooh, hopefully it's here by then. 5-mile city walk, feeling pretty good today. Nice. I do that not in a monorail. You mean I can do that and be mobile? Yeah. You can look down at all the peasants while moving. And you don't even actively be moving. Your seat will move. It basically called me a peasant. I was joking. I don't know, according to some history books and things like that, medieval peasants had more PTO than we have today, so. Granted, they probably used that PTO, you know, just for finding food for themselves versus making food for the king, but, like, they still had more PTO. We're good. I got to pick. Planted 8 stacks of seeds. That's a baby field. That got dark. Who doesn't love a little bit of dark humor every once in a while? Tasteful dark humor. Cows in the wild there feels like a road trip. Yeah, these cows work so hard to climb all the way to the top of the mountain, and we just destroyed the mountain they're living on top of. Their little AI brains can't handle it. Farmer Flip out here calling people peasants. It was a joke. Where's the mountain in your world? The city, the world tree is right over there. And the city is all on the other side of that mountain. Why aren't the episodes numbered? It's really hard to watch them in order start to current. They're all in a playlist together if you would like to check them out there. and the playlist has everything in the proper order. But unfortunately, YouTube does not like episode numbers in titles or thumbnails when it comes to the algorithm. So I unfortunately have to structure every video as a standalone, even though obviously once you're watching it, it's not. But the way I kind of structure my videos is that, sure, if you watch the whole thing, you'll have a lot more understanding of what the world is. But my goal is that anybody could watch any video and they can just have an enjoyable time watching a Minecraft world grow. Like, you don't really have to be in tune with the whole thing. But that does mean, unfortunately, episode numbers and all that get cut. Are you Terraforming or just preparing a project? We're doing both. I know what I want to build here, so we're digging it down until we get to the point where we can put the grass block, or it's like a rock face that needs to be carved out. So I have a light Matica in here loaded. I just don't have it turned on right now.
Pleased to meet you.
Tucker Jacobson, thank you for the tier 2, my dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Had a good weekend. We were supposed to go to a pumpkin patch and a corn maze on Friday, but it was actually dumping rain. So we decided against that and then instead hosted an impromptu pumpkin carving party at our house. And it turned out to be really fun. We just ordered a bunch of pizza, invited everybody over, said bring your own pumpkin, bring your own beverage. And we just had like a bunch of pumpkin carving kits and things, and everybody was just carving their pumpkins and all that. It was a good time. And then the rest of the weekend was absolutely sleepy, cozy, do-nothing vibes, and it was perfect. Well, actually, I worked like half the day yesterday because I needed to finish up a video, but other than that, it was super sleepy, chill, cozy vibe. I definitely was like not super in the mood to carve a pumpkin when we got around to actually like sitting down and doing it though. So I like, I was like, how quickly can I, like, after I got all like, you know, the innards of the pumpkin were dealt with and got removed them and all that. And then I was like, what can I do to carve a pumpkin completely in under 5 minutes? And so I kind of gave myself a challenge and I just wung it and went for it. It actually turned out pretty cool. I'll post a picture later. Mine turned out cute. I liked it. Yeah, those pumpkin patches can be super muddy. Something farmland. Oh, wrong one. Almost another shulker of coal. I love the how to not get burned out questions because non-Minecraft jobs are also so repetitive and even more boring. Yeah, I definitely relate on that, or I definitely understand that. I think it also comes from a realm of when people think of playing Minecraft, they think of playing a video game and they think of it being entertainment for them outside of what they might be bored with working on if they don't fully love their job or school or whatever is going on in there. So they go to Minecraft expecting that excitement that you get from playing a video game like a Fortnite or a Battlefield or I don't know, whatever you want to say. And then Minecraft isn't really that type of a video game at all, and it definitely does not have that high level of energy and dopamine and blah blah, super cool flashing effects all over the place, blah blah, kill shot, critical strike damage, big number on screen, yay, like all that type of stuff very much feeds to the enjoyment and like the excitement of all of it. Whereas Minecraft doesn't have that. It's much more of a slow burn. So when a lot of people jump into Minecraft expecting it to be like this big exciting thing that you do at the end of your workday, or maybe when in reality it probably isn't going to be, And it's also, Minecraft a lot of the times is also an energy drain, whereas a lot of other video games can be an energy like gain. Like they can help you kind of recharge and become more awake, but Minecraft being a creative focused game can actually cause you to be a lot more tired because you have to exercise your creative brain, and that, if you're not used to it, well, even if you are used to it, that can get very tiring very fast, which is something that I think a lot of people don't really take into account when they're jumping into Minecraft, and they're like, I can't build anything good, and they're already tired jumping in, and then their brain is not in a point where it can be creative. Less one for energy drain. Yeah. Like I can stick through a day in Minecraft just gathering blocks and whatever for a project once I planned it, and I can just do that for like 10 hours in a day and I'll be fine. But the second I can do like 3 to 4 hours of creative planning, and then I'm gassed, dude. I need a break. So it really just is a difference in what you're doing in the game, of if it's going to be something that like is how tiring it is or something like that. So the same way that if you're playing like really competitive in any video game, like you're really only going to play a few rounds before you're like, all right, I am done, dude. I'm tired. Like you might have some days where you're queuing ranked all day long, the entire day, but by the end of that day, you're probably like dead tired. Or if you play casually and just kind of mess around and have a good time, like you're probably gonna be able to play for a lot longer. I think Minecraft is definitely a hobby. I mean, it was my hobby before it became my job. That's honestly one of the biggest reasons why I kept up with YouTube, was I wanted to keep a space in my day-to-day routine where I could keep playing Minecraft and be able to keep building, because I realized that it was kind of my creative outlet as a hobby. And it was really hard as you get into adult life to keep making time for those things. So for me, I forced it to have a place in the schedule by turning it into something that was more than just me building. It turned into something that was like also a potential money-making career of being the YouTube channel. So even though at the start it was only making pennies per video I was uploading, it was still something that I was like, no, like this is more worth it than just like me just sitting around and playing other video games or anything like that. Like it was something that became more worthwhile to like put more time and energy into it as it grew a little. One sec. Sorry, bunch of notifications on Discord. Okay. Right, we got that side down. Let's do the big side, unfortunately. I unpaused, right? I did. Perfect. The goal today is to bring everything down by 6 blocks. We're only 59 minutes into stream today, so we're making good time since the stream started working. So it's really been like 50 minutes of digging. Do that. Getting through it. Make sure y'all click the like button if you haven't already. Helps me out a bunch. Appreciate it. We got 1,100 people over on YouTube, and we're at 500 likes, so we're halfway to 1,000. Hey, you want to help me blow this up? Thank you. No, I only want the explodey friends. Thank you. you count that first try, we're over an hour for stream today. Yeah, but we
Pleased
didn't
to
log
meet you.
in to the game. Like, we didn't even get into the game before it crashed. So
Almost
it's fine.
spoopy day. Ghost emoji.
Proppy Sloth, 45 months. Thank you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Inventory is full. We are brrrr mode. Creeper's being helpful for once. I know. How kind of them. Except, nope, didn't pick up any of the cobblestone, so we're good. Oh. For Halloween, we're dressing up our pet lizard as a dragon to scare the kiddos. Nice. For some reason, I first read that as for Halloween, we're dressing up as our pet lizard. And I was like, I guess you really like your pet lizard. We got 270 on that yet. Still, we don't need to.
Keep it real.
I just discovered copper horse armor. I'm amazed.
Ooh, you know, I haven't made, can you make it? Or you can only make leather horse armor, right? Yeah, I haven't messed around with copper armors or anything yet, really. I'll have to go get one soon. I got so many diamond horse armor, I don't need copper horse armor, dude. No, the creeper ended the last world and the first world, so that's why we have so many. We always carry a totem and wear the chest plate now.
Mountain go brrrr.
That'd do. That'd do. This is a huge thing of gravel. What the heck? We need to get rid of that. We need to get one that, and we need to get that. We need to get that. We need to do that. We need to do that, and that, and that. Nailed it. We're not losing a pick today. I'm trying so hard, y'all. I'm doing my very best. Somehow, yeah, we're still on the same. Okay. Just settling in for the grind. That's what we're here for. Don't jinx it. Oh, you had to go and say it. Ugh. You. I lost a full shulker of pickaxes due to a glitch. Is there a way to get them back? Not without just going into creative mode and spawning them in. Or you just craft new ones. But if a glitch removes items in Minecraft, there's no rollback. Really, without being super complicated to do it. But that sucks. Tron movie was kind of rad. I've heard so many mixed things on it. I've heard a lot of people say it was really, really bad, but then I've heard some of y'all say that it was super cool, so. I did see it did not get good reviews, though. I think that's one that I'm going to wait for it to be on home streaming services, like one of them, wherever it lands. And I'll probably just watch it there. I don't think I'm excited enough to go to a theater and watch it. I mean, Emerald Ores, have you mined? Oh, I'm not too sure, to be honest. We got a few stacks of them, though. I've never broken any of the stack. I've never broken Emerald Ore that I mined with Silk Touch. I've kept them all in their Silk Touch farm. How many hours today? I think I got another 2 hours in me. I was eating breakfast literally as stream started, so I'm gonna go until I get hungry pretty much. You play Ghosts of Yotai? I have not, no. No, that's a Souls-like game, right? Or am I thinking of something else? No, I haven't really been into Souls-like games recently. I've been playing Fellowship a good amount still. But that is, unfortunately, there's a little bit of, the World of Warcraft negativity sweeping into the game right now, which is really not fun. So there's a lot of things that I think the devs behind Fellowship really need to get on soon, and push fixes out for stuff or push out some features, because the game's really fun, but I'm definitely starting to already get to the point where if I'm like, if I'm not queuing with at least 2 of my friends, I don't really want to play the game. Just because the people that you queue into in the group finder and stuff are so unreliable at this point, if they'll even stay in the dungeon, that it's just like, it's not fun. I had one where I was doing a dungeon yesterday, and I had we lost on the last boss at 0.7% health left. So literally like another 5 seconds and we would have killed the thing. And the dude left the group because he was mad. And he was also the one that messed up. He blamed everybody else, said we're all trash, and then he left the group. And I was like, great. And that for me, I was like, I'm gonna log off now. What time is it where I live? It's almost 1 p.m. Cave game's pretty cool. Yeah, cave game's a good one. It might get big one day. It'll really depend on if a bigger team takes over on it or not. That's pretty much why I stopped playing WoW. I got tired of the Ragers. Yeah.
Jack-o'-lantern emoji.
Lisa, thank you so much for the dono. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's very much why I stopped playing WoW competitively too. I'll play a little bit every once in a while now. I'm definitely not playing nearly as much as I used to. And a huge portion of why I don't play WoW anymore as much as I used to is purely because of how much negativity has come into those types of games. I feel like it's 1, the negativity, and then 2, it's the amount of blame that people throw around at other people instead of accepting that they actually caused the mistake. That's the part that really gets me. that makes me be like, all right, this is stupid. It's either it's the people who refuse to communicate, so they won't even like try and listen to each other to see what you could do better. Like if you're struggling on a boss or a fight or something like that, and you get people who aren't even willing to talk to be like, oh yeah, no, like this and this. Like you get people who aren't even willing to talk about it. That's one thing that I'm like, dude, this is a team game. We can't be silent, especially if you're messing up. Like if you're messing up and you're just sitting over there silently or blaming other people when it's like the fault of you. Like I will always own up if I make a mistake or something. I'm like, yep, true, sorry, my bad, did it wrong, I'll try and do it better next time. But you get people who just like refuse to admit that they could be part of the problem, or they're like, yeah, I know what to do, this one's easy, it's so easy, and then they do it wrong, and then they're like, you guys did it wrong, and I'm just like, nah. That's why I'm like, it's so fun to play if you have friends to play with. I really think if you have a group of like 5, 10 people, 20 people, like WoW is like one of the best games out there if you have a consistent group that you can play with, and you have the availability in your schedule to be able to play it. Like I really think it's like one of the best games out there. And I think Fellowship, if you have a group of 4 people, it really has the potential to have that same level of enjoyment out of it. Just the random group finder stuff is just so rough. Are you playing on PC or console? I'm on PC. I have a Switch, but outside that, I don't have a console. Started my 1700s style world. Good luck, dude. I want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm afraid of other people's reactions. Do you have any advice on how I could do it? Other people's reaction as in like IRL friends? Or people on the internet's reaction? If you're talking about IRL friends, then you don't really, I mean, if you're just starting out and you're like at 0 subscribers, you don't need to be telling everybody. You can just kind of be making videos and having a good time. I think that's definitely one way you can do it. I didn't really tell people I was making a YouTube channel until I probably had over 1,000 subs. Like Sid knew, my now wife, and my roommate knew, just because I'd be talking in my room. He'd be like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm trying to make a YouTube video. But outside of that, I wasn't really telling people I was doing it. Yeah, Echo, we've broken 2 pickaxes so far. Not today, but in general on the dig. How can I somehow download Save of Your World? Yeah, I have world downloads available for tier 1 supporters on any platform that you want to support on. If you do not have the means to financially support, if you're just hanging out in the stream, people do occasionally gift memberships. And for people who get gift memberships, you can also, you get the benefits of a tier 1 membership. So then you can download the world from there. So if you don't have financial means to buy it yourself, you can always hang around in the community and luck out with a gifted membership. And on YouTube, gifted memberships are given out based off of the highest number of watch time of people in the community who are not actively members. So if you watch the YouTube streams a lot, your chance of getting a gifted membership will go up drastically. We are at what Y level now? 123. Oof. Oofers. Oof. A lot of this needs to come all the way down to 60. Well, 62. Interesting, didn't know that. Yeah, I love and hate that part on YouTube, because YouTube unfortunately doesn't like give it wiggle room. So for people who are like super stream lurkers or big time like stream viewers, which like is cool, they will pretty much always get the gifted memberships unless like they miss streams and then they get up there. So like we've had some people in the community on YouTube who have been members for like 10 months straight, but they've just got it a gifted membership every single month because they're always the highest watch time, which like is fantastic for them to be able to get the perk that way. But I do wish there was like a little variation. Like I wish there was like a 5-day cooldown period or something, or like a 1-week cooldown that like it would go to somebody else slightly down on the list. So that there's more, because otherwise it relies on a bunch of people to be gifting stuff in order for it to get to a lot of the new people. But not that it's impossible, just means that people got to be watching the streams for a while. I have the new, how do you say their name? The BBNO? Because I know some of their music. I didn't know they had a new song though. Let's go check it out. Yeah, like a little cooldown would be really cool. Hey, Metricate, how we doing? Welcome on in. Baby no money. Is that how you say it? Is that... Baby no money? Yeah, I guess I can see that. I was always saying it like BBNO, and I was like... Or like the dollar sign was like an S or something. Oh, okay, well there you go. I'm obviously not a groupie. I wish I could have one of your worlds. It's so pretty. It's cool to see all the details in time. Yeah, there'll be a new world tour out when I throw out the next world download, which is going to be probably around Thanksgiving at this rate. American Thanksgiving. I call him Baby Nos sometimes. There you go. Sorry, I gotta stretch my hands out. My forearms are tight. Okay. Yeah, we got time on the pickaxe. It's got plenty of time. This is still the first layer on this, right? Yeah. Yeah. This is 1, 2, and 3. We're trying to get 6. This side is much larger than the other one. But hey, blocks gotta get dug. Which Minecraft launcher are you using currently? The vanilla Minecraft launcher? Rocking the blankie. Dude, always got a blankie. 24/7 blankie. When at desk, blankie. What's the delay of chat on screen and chat IRL? YouTube sometimes has syncing issues, so YouTube can be a little delayed, but Twitch should be pretty instantaneous. Have you ever gotten carpal tunnel since you play and dig on Minecraft so often? I probably have like some minor version of it. I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely have like old wrist injuries from sports that flare up every once in a while. If I'm at my computer too much, but I really try and keep up with like hand stretches and whatnot, just because I really think everybody should be doing it with how much time we as people spend on our phones and at our computers and whatnot. It's good to stretch out your hands and your forearms, and honestly, I definitely know I need to just stretch more in general in life. But yeah, definitely forearms and hand stretches I think are very important for long-term sustainability, as computer time is only really going up. Can't end up like B-dubs, you know, where his thumbs are broken and he can't play Minecraft. Not broken, but like, you know. Can't be having to take multiple days off due to thumb damage. Using any mods? Yeah, you can find the whole list in the Discord under the resources channel. When are you gonna make when the mountain is away? I love your videos. Oh, well, it's loading. We've already got a mountain kind of planned out for here. I also started adding in some trees to the schematic too. So we've got some of those. I want it to be like kind of sparse forest and
Hey,
getting thicker as it goes
I was
back.
wondering what's the best compliment you could ever receive? _ whip heart.
Ninja, and thanks so much for the donut. I appreciate it. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if I have an answer to that. I feel like it probably would just like in general revolving around like being fully interested in what somebody is like. I'm taking this from like a generalized standpoint, not like a specifically for me standpoint, I think. But I think like genuine interest in what somebody is interested in. I feel like that's cool. Like whether it's from like a significant other doing that or whether it's like a parent or like even friends. Because like you sometimes like I have a ton of friends who like we have a lot of hobbies and things that we share and do all that, but like obviously not everything overlaps. But the second you get friends who are like, okay, I might not be super interested in this, but like I know you're interested in it, so like let's talk about it. Like I want to learn about it a little bit, blah blah blah, like that type of stuff. I feel like that definitely is one that can add a. I feel like that's like a huge compliment. Like sometimes the unspoken compliments of just like taking interest in what somebody else enjoys. I feel like that's always the most important ones. The fact that we still have snow up here. Ugh. We're not below the snow layer yet. How could we? How can there still be snow? I thought we've dug so much. I care about this dirt and gravel way more than I care about the stone. Oh, he brought me a piece of dirt. How nice. Oh, I heard a chicken. There's a chicken up here. Let's do that too. There's a decent amount of grass and dirt here. The snow of doom. Well, it's not really that it's snow of doom, but it's more the fact that we have done so much digging and we're still not fully below the snow layers. And we have to take this all the way down to the water layer. Like that's where the spooky part of seeing snow comes in. I don't know why I have this on. My inventory's gonna fill up. Oh, no space. Oh no. Are you downing it in sections? We have been. Today I decided I kind of want to just chop off the top and bring the whole thing down a good amount. I don't really know why. It just kind of sounded more appealing to me today. So we brought that down by 6 blocks for that half of, well, I guess that's kind of a third of it. And then we're trying to bring this whole thing down by 6 blocks now too. Just to get it all a wee bit closer. If you would. Well, there's a whole shulker of gravel. Woo! We're up to 28 emerald ore from the dig so far from what we've taken back in. I'm pretty sure I took back other boxes from everything up above. So we're definitely way over 28, but that's what it's at since we refreshed the boxes. At least you'll never need dirt or stone again. Yeah, no, I've got so much dirt. I really have so... I mean, I have even more stone than I have dirt, but... Yeah, it's more gonna be about how can I find ways to use it. So that, like, I need to get all the stuff. What's the height where snow stops coming down? Like snowing? If you're in a snowy biome, it will go all the way down to negative. Well, unless you hit a different biome, like deep dark or something. But up here, yeah, this is... I actually had to change the landscape a little bit down below because I widened out the river in the creative copy. And then it froze over because it was in the snow biome, so all the water froze. So I had to tweak a few things to to stop the water from contacting a full block so that it couldn't turn into ice. That was fun. Huge landscape from building with FWIP 2.0. Well, we kind of already have that going on up here. Like, that's what this is supposed to be. And I do want to get back to that. I'm just rethinking how I want to do it because I've really changed how I landscape since then. Whether it's in terms of the shape that I do for mountains or whether it's in terms of, like, most definitely on the texturing side. And I've also kind of realized that me as a person, if I don't texture it to get started with and I build it just purely out of stone, my desire to go back and texture it after goes down drastically. So I really just need to start, like, getting all of the texturing done when we build it the first time, because I'm really not looking forward to retexturing all of that that we built over there, because there's well over 100,000 stone placed down on that thing. We're gonna have to break like 80,000 of it to retexture it, so I'm not excited about that. Are you using seagrass to stop the water from freezing? Yeah, seagrass, kelp, and leaves and all that stuff. Why don't you change the biome with Axiom? Because I'd have to enable cheats to turn Axiom on. This is a hardcore world. I can't change the biomes. We gotta work with what we got. Just got home from school. How's your day going? Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. It's going good. Just digging away like we usually are. I love watching you for inspiration, but my builds never look similar, not even the floors. That's okay. Build what you want to build. Don't build my stuff. I can definitely see the desire to be like, ooh, I want to build something better, but, like, take the time to learn. Don't focus on where you are growing from where you started. Like, if you focus on your own building journey, of your own skills improving, you'll be a lot happier with your results instead of that. Comparison is very much the thief of joy. That quote rings true a lot in Minecraft building. So if you're not super happy with what you're making in the moment, that's okay. Maybe instead focus on what part of it don't you like, and then focus on trying to improve that. And then relate it back to what you built maybe 6 months ago. See how much you've changed as a builder since then. I would say me block line of sight instead of texture, but that's probably more work. I was thinking with trees. Yeah, the problem is I didn't want it. I mean, I do want to have a lot of trees over there, but I feel like it still needs that texturing. Otherwise, it's just going to look flat behind the trees. But yeah, I just need to rethink how I want to do them, to be honest. And I just need to spend a few 100 hours in the mines gathering up. What's the resource list now? Oh, no, that's the wrong keybind. Oh, that's the wrong resource list. Oh, well, now I gotta... Nope, task manager, remove. Yeah, what do we need in here? Let's see. Tough. Oh, we only need a shulker and a half. That's pretty good. Pale moss, we need 2 shulkers. Leaves, we're already a shulker of birch and a shulker of acacia. Love. Light gray terracotta, that's not too bad. Cobbled deep slate, yeah, it's not, that's only 600. Yeah, so all the stone we've got, that's easy. The andesite, we're we got that in storage. So we've got that. We've got that. I don't got that. I don't got any of those actually, but we've got that. Got the water. Light gray terracotta. I can make that. I can make that. I've got that. I've got that. Acacia, we've got those. Coarse dirt, I've got that. Pale oak, I've got that. I've got that. All of that stuff is not actually in here. We've got that. We've got that. We can make that. Tough. Honestly, all I really have to do for this thing is I just gotta go mine tough, dude. Now I'm looking at it. This mountain's actually gonna come together really quick. So yeah. Just want to say I love the streams and keep doing what you're doing and never give up. Hey, thanks Wyatt. Thanks for stopping by today. I really love this song. It's the Minecraft Earth main song, but it has so many like really quiet parts that I'm just like, does the music stop? It's a really pretty song though. Legally a pancake. Make sure we're not spamming too much on the all caps there, my dude. Hope you're having a great day. It's been pretty good so far. I got a good workout in this morning. Did a bike ride on the Peloton. Did that. There's a whole Lady Gaga themed ride off of her newest album, and I was here. I was there, dude. I was having a great time. Yeah, we'll be done with this really quick. Don't worry. There's a real quick little dig here, and we'll be done. What's your type for landscaping and terraforming? I try and go for very much like natural, but like still like slopey. I'm trying to learn how to make more natural looking terrain. That's like something I'm really trying to prove on. I feel like some of my stuff comes across as more themed, and I'm really trying to bring a lot more of the realism into it. Which I think unfortunately just means, especially for mountains, just scale needs to go up. And I also think I need to focus a little bit more on texturing and not really like having a whole lot of like the empty spaces and all that. Like instead of using a lot of the shape for texturing, I need to focus on like actual block texturing instead of having them being so far like in depth. Lady Gaga while Pelotoning? Slay. Hell yeah. Dude, her newest album is great, especially for the spooky season. Yeah, a little 5-minute dig. That's all it's gonna be in the video anyways. It's just a little 5-minute dig. Just had a long fast walk. I'm working on getting my fitness back after a long sedentary stretch. Was running, so running was straight out. Yeah, that's fair. As long as just any form of movement is that can be good. Whatever works for you in the moment. And some days you'll be like, you know what, I can go for a run today. Some days you're gonna be like, I can only walk today. That's all I've got space for, and that's totally fine. Some days you're like, nope, I'm not getting off this couch. As long as that's not every day, then you're fine. okay to take a few slow days every once in a while. What's a normal workout for you? I try and do cardio 3 days a week, and then I'm usually lifting 2 days a week. So we have a Peloton, so I usually just do bike rides 2 or 3 days a week, and then for the third, I was swimming for a while, but I haven't swam for a bit. I need to get back into it. I've just been lazy. Haven't been wanting to drive to the gym and 10 minutes down the road. So it's much nicer just to go across the hall into the gym where we at our house. So I do that instead. But yeah, so I try and do that a good amount. Do you play fantasy football? I don't play any fantasy sports, to be honest. Okay, this whole thing back here is this is much bigger than that little, what I thought was half. Nah. Okay, we're gonna take this just down to 3. And then we're gonna work on the back of bringing all that down. I'll finish this hole across that I started here, but woof, this is much bigger. And before something falls into that I would like to keep, we're gonna block that off. Love my bouldering gym. Yeah, never been good at bouldering. Went rock climbing once or twice, and I was not super fond of clinging onto a rock and then potentially falling off backwards. It's not for me. I was always much more of a swimmer. I'm a water person. My land sports and things, not the best. Oh, hello. Another one? Excuse you. Do you like boats? I like being on a boat. I don't want to really own a boat. That's a lot of work to own a boat. I want to have a friend with a boat, and I'll be a great person as a friend with boat. But I don't want to be the friend with the boat. I grew up in a household that had a boat. Just like a little ski boat type thing, and the amount of work that went into managing that and just being able to make sure I was able to like go out on the water and clean and
exist horizontally. Have a great rest of the stream.
Enjoy the horizontal existence, Frenchman. Thank you for the bits, dude, and all the support today, and thanks for hanging. You have a good one, all right? Not that much unless a ferry. Maybe in relation, but it's still a lot of work when you gotta like winterize them and manage them and all that, and they're not cheap. Having a boat as like a for fun thing to do, not cheap. Not cheap. Friend with boat or yacht? Nah, friend with boat. I want a friend with a boat that like we can like go out on the lake. Go float around on the lake. I think my wakeboarding and inner tubing days are behind me for the most part, but I could definitely go for a float on the lake day. It was freshwater boat. It was just like a little 22-foot sea ray. But I can be a great friend on a boat. Friend with that owns boat, because I know how to I know how to work well on a boat. Like all like the line throwing and the knots and all that, and how to like, because I used to help my dad with that and like all the maintenance on it and everything. So like I'm very familiar with that and I'm very comfortable on a boat, but I do not want to be the one to buy it.
Keep it real.
Boat with shelves slays so hard. Nail
true.
polish emoji.
They do. Pickaxe is fine for another second. Whip doing a vlog of Lake fishing a fish. True. I just jump up here so that I can have space without picking up other things. Alright, 2 pickaxes left. Really don't need these bones, but it's just going to pick up stone, which I also don't need. If you ever think of Empires 1 every minute of every day. I don't know. Not a whole lot. I very much enjoyed Empire Season 1. I think of the people that were on that series more than I think of the series. Just because I haven't really chatted with many of the Empire's crew for quite a while, to be honest. Just because I've been so into the single player world, and like just after not really being super active on Misadventures, and then even going into that, when I felt like when I was logging into Misadventures, I was the only person really on there for a good portion of the day, just because I tend to work in most of my recording time becomes like early afternoon, which was pretty late for the UK friends, and a lot of the East Coast friends like Sausage just kind of gravitated towards working earlier for the UK friend hours. So I really haven't chatted with many of them in quite a while. I've also been hanging with my local friend group a lot more recently, so I haven't really been like jumping in Discord calls with them randomly either like I used to. No broken pickaxes? None yet today. We can take it all the way down. Look at that. Wow. What happened to Misadventures? We were talking about it earlier in stream. I don't know if that was before the reset or not. But Misadventures just unfortunately was not working well on my channel viewership wise. I was really struggling to get engagement from the series. And to the point where it was actually starting to hurt the performance of other videos. And the last Misadventures video that I posted, I ended up paying my editor more money to edit the video than I earned off of the video. And then that doesn't even include the 14, 15, whatever hours that I put into recording the video and making the thing. So I unfortunately lost, I lost a lot of time and money off of the last Misadventures video that I posted. And then I tried streaming it a bit from there, and it just, even the streams were still getting like half the viewership that I get if I do like this streaming from this world. So it just kind of yeah, I don't know, I had to start thinking more of the business decision wise for my side at least. And I think a lot of people who are on the series were kind of half bought in from day one instead of like full committing to the series, because even like week 2 of a Minecraft content creator series, like still you should log in at pretty much any time of the day and like you get a lot of people online. And unfortunately, Misadventures, that kind of wasn't really the case. Like even in a week 2, I was logging on and I was like the only person on for a lot of it. So I was like, this kind of sucks. So Epic the Musical, isn't that like TikTok musical or something over there? I've never watched it, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is, as long as I'm right on that. Does he read chat? I do.
Keep it real.
Good day, sir. How is your day going?
Hey, ZX, thanks for the dono, dude. How we doing? Welcome on in. Epic the Musical mention. I mean, they've been spamming it in chat the whole time, so love the chill stream. Welcome on in. Is that New Kiddo in Renokus? I don't think I'm familiar with either of you. Welcome on in, though. Unfortunate to hear about Misadventures. Yeah, it kind of... That thing we were working on, Bars, is still going to make it in. I think that's going to kind of be like a little bit of like a rebirth for it. But yeah, I think it's really made me change how I think about SMP series that I'm jumping into and committing to. Because if I'm committing to an SMP series, that's going to be something that like I would like to, at least for like a month or two, be the main focus of the series or like on my channel. Like if I'm doing a SMP series, I want to be able to like be doing just that and be fully committed into doing it. But I think that level of commitment needs to be, for me personally, that needs to be from the entire group, or at least like 80% of the group. Because I think that's why Empire Season 1 worked so well for us, is because everybody in Empire Season 1, the only SMP series they were on was Empire Season 1. Like nobody else had any other series going off on the side. There wasn't even a life series happening halfway through it that was going through it. Nobody was on Hermitcraft at the time. Everybody was purely on there, or they also had a single player series that they're working on the side. Just as like I'm pretty sure I was still doing some of Building with Whip during that series, but I was very much like Empires was the focus, which was true for a lot of people on there. So you could log in at any point of the day and you'd get people online. Like there were people there, and also it was COVID, so people couldn't go outside because, you know, you'd die. So they were playing Minecraft instead.
Real.
I hope you have a great week. Don't forget to drink water, pet the cats and the doggos. Also, don't forget to like the stream, people.
Beatrice, thanks so much for the donor.
What did
Appreciate
I miss about Misadventures? Sorry for
asking.
asking.
You're good, ZX. I was just kind of talking about why it's it was literally right before you joined stream, but I was just kind of talking about why I haven't been posting on it for a while. But yeah, I think if I do an SMP in the future, something that I'm gonna have to be very, very clear with is my expectations for everybody else on the series needs to be pretty much the same as what I would be putting into it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stay into doing single player stuff. Unless it's like a one weekend type event, which then that should be easy for everybody to commit into. But yeah, it's hard joining an SMP when you want it to be something that's so big and take up a big point in your schedule and be able to interact with all these people, because that's kind of what can cause a successful SMP series. And then you come to find that a lot of people, it's like their extra thing. Like when they have spare extra time, they'll be on there. So it makes it to be a really hard balance for those expectations across the board, that kind of unfortunately can make it feel not the best environment to want to be on, which then can cause me, that's like the quickest way for me to feel burned out, is if I feel like I'm working on an SMP series and I'm like the only one on there, I'm like, I'm just going to go back to my single player world. Like I have zero desire to be the only person logged into a multiplayer server. Yeah, like I can grind in this world for hours. That's totally fine. But if I log into an SMP series and I'm the only person online, I want to log off. Nothing will make me want to keep on that series. No matter how into my base or my project or whatever I'm doing on there, I will want to log off. I know that's like a partially my own thing, and that's not the most fair to everybody else on there, because I also can't be on 24/7 because I've got other things going on in life. But like when you're on like a full-time content creator SMP and it's like middle of the overlap period of the workday, like kind of the morning for me is when a lot of the is like evening time for UK, which a lot of them work evenings, and then kind of everybody kind of gravitated towards those hours, then it's hard to stay motivated for me. Kind of like lifesteal. I know nothing about lifesteal other than some of the people on it, but from what I can tell, lifesteal is pretty active SMP. Also, the premise of lifesteal is so approachable. I felt that with the SMP I was on. I can relate 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Big time.
SMPs are about coherency and togetherness.
Yeah, it's all... Yeah, SMPs are purely just on the... is everybody on the same page? And then is everybody committed to being on that page? Because there might be some people who are going to be like, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. But then they're not actually doing that. And this isn't me like calling anybody out. Like this is not me blaming anybody else or anything like that. This is just kind of the general trends that I've noticed. And it can even be stuff where somebody might have the best intentions to be like, yeah, I want to be super active on 24/7. I'm going to be grinding so much. And then they have a life event that comes up and they can't be active anymore. Like that type of stuff can happen too. So it really just kind of comes down to all of the differences with it, that of like those levels of commitment coming throughout that make it, at least for me, it makes it a lot easier just to stay with single player content and hang out with friends outside of the content creation space. I know how you feel. Some of my friends from church had a realm in about 2 to 3 months after it sort of died. I played solo on a few weeks, then just moved on. Yeah, especially if it's a server that somebody's booting up. If you're like just playing and it's not like a content creator server, like you don't know when eventually the person who was like, yeah, I'll run the server for all of you, and then they quit. It's kind of just like to me, feels like a ticking time bomb of when are they eventually just going to turn it off. And then all the progress that you made, this base that you built up that you were loving, is just suddenly deleted because they turned the server off. So it's like that's never a fun one either. Like I remember in college, my fraternity had a Minecraft server, and I remember logging into there a few times. This was way before I joined or started YouTube, and it was like it was super fun. There's a bunch of people on it, and then the guy who was running the server, without telling anybody, it was like, yeah, I don't want to pay for it anymore, and just turned it off. And then it was just everybody else was like, what the heck? And they were like, can we get the world file? And he was like, oh, I forgot to get that. It's deleted. It's gone already. I was like, what? Oh, thank you, DJ. ZX, I appreciate it. We're just gonna ban them. Totally was not reading the name because it was so long. That's why I start the realm, so it eventually just become a single player world. Yeah. You talk and play at the same time. A lot of practice. A lot of time spent doing it. Yeah, how did that get through YouTube? Because, like, everybody's name on YouTube now is their official, like, @handle, because you can't put just, like, nicknames anymore on top of those. So, like, how did YouTube allow somebody to put that in their name? Like, that's a fault on YouTube's side right there of not having better systems set up to block swear words from being in channel account names.
For real.
Guys, no political / negative stuff, come on.
Misadventures was a great idea. ZX, thanks for the dono again, dude. Misadventures was a great idea, but people got caught up with a lot of things like Lizzie's Baby and Hermitcraft like the others. Like Pearl got back and started working on her dungeon. Also Martin. Yeah, I know Martin's been on there, and I know Cam's been on like weekly doing some like little like Writers Wednesdays streams and stuff like that, where he gets people to log on for a little bit and just chill and write little books and things. I think it's also that, like, even Lizzie, I've chatted with her about it, and she was even like, yeah, I didn't expect how much work was going to go into for people to physically build up a point of interest in the world. Like, how long it would take for people to actually finish their first build or something like that. And then also, on the flip side, when I finished up the bear dungeon, she was like so surprised that I finished it that quickly, just like having it out there. She was like, you did that in a single episode? I was like, yeah. And so that it was, I think there's been kind of a balance throughout of just like what people came in with expectations for how long certain things would take. I think are taking a little bit longer than what they thought they would. So instead of originally the goal for the series was like, people would come in and they would build up their bases, they would make their stuff, and then you would move on and you would make somewhere else, and eventually the world would be full of all these different points of interest that everybody could go and explore and do all these things at, and blah 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 blah. And I think Misadventures is now, because of how long it took for people to build up bases and things, especially when you have a lot of people on the server who aren't builders. So they build much more slowly than folks like myself or Joel or whoever, or Sausage or like all of that. But so you have a lot of people who aren't really builders who are then kind of being asked to build to make their things, and then it adds a lot of like that's just makes it takes longer when you don't have a whole lot of skill in something. To do the thing is going to take longer. So I think that's definitely.
Keep it real.
Favorite movie you watched recently? Go.
We're rewatching the Star Wars right now, and we watched the Clone Wars. No, what is it? Attack of the Clones, episode 2. Forgot how good it was, dude. Forgot how good that was. Very, very much enjoyed it. Okay, this is our last Silk Touch pick, so when this guy gets low, we need to go repair. I don't want to use the fortune picks. I think we can get through all this. You built any ice tracks in your hardcore world yet? No. I have not. I don't really do a whole lot of like the mini games or race tracks or whatever for that style. Like we have a horse race track that has like a whole timer system built out into it that's pretty fun, but that stuff's more for multiplayer series or things where you can play with other people. Yeah, I kind of forgot how much I like Star Wars. So far we watched 1 and 2, and I always remember 2 being a good film, but 1 I was also really, really happy with. Like the pod racing scene, so cool. So yeah, I'm excited. We're probably gonna watch 3 sometime this week or next. But 2, when they have like all of like the music scoring in it, is so cool. I felt like I'd never really picked up on that when I was watching it before, because it's been so long since I'd seen it. But all of like the music scoring, where anytime Anakin starts having just like negative thoughts or anything like that, like they play the Darth Vader's music in the background just subtly, and you're like, oh my god. Like thinking about it after the fact is like, oh wow.
Keep it real.
Durability alert. Durability alert. Don't break.
good. We're good. We're good. It's the last one. It's fine. We do not acknowledge the last two movies in the sequel trilogy. Yeah, we decided we're going to watch them. Because I want to see how they hold up now. Because I remember not loving them when they came out. But I'm always willing to give it a chance again. But I'm not the most hopeful for it, I will admit that. But we'll see. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Three has the best fight scene. Oh yeah, no, the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight is that is cinema. It's definitely making me want to rewatch the Clone Wars. Mostly just season 7, but like definitely really wanting to watch Clone Wars again. One day will you expand on the Nether Roof Highway build? Eventually, yes, but I'm working on bringing the Nether Roof portals down into the world. We've been doing, it's been a while, but we're doing some creative planning streams of we're going to turn the Nether into a cyberpunk city. So it actually forces us to come back down into it. And then we're going to use like the city streets as ways where you can get to the different Nether portals and things. Have you finished all the Andor yet? I have. Yeah. And then the ending, oh, so good, dude. Honestly, just the second half of season 2, so good. From episodes like 7 through 12, just amazing.
Hey, for real.
Hey Flip, have a nice stream. I'm going to sleeps now. Also, you're a cool dude,
sleeps.
:flip heart :flip cozy.
Enjoy the sleeps. Thank you so much for all the support. Appreciate it as always. Maybe smaller holes around the big one in the roof. Yeah, I might honestly make some more areas where we can fly up out of the Nether to get onto the roof if we need to. We'll see where that comes in with the city design. That took about 6 hours to make the hole that's in the roof right now. Which I did have somebody recently comment on a video saying that I used creative to clear that out. And I wish I had, like, I wish I had cheated to do that, but no, I sat there for 6 hours blowing TNT up in my face to try and get the pistons to glitch out and clear the bedrock. Where's the nearest Starbucks in Path? Oh, it closed down when they, just laid off all the people and closed all the stores.
Hey, for real.
More like sequels earlier. Spoiler. 771 likes now.
ZX, thanks for the donut again, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, the Path Starbucks had to close because the CEO's commuting from New Papyrus, and it was just too expensive for the daily commute. So obviously we had to close the store in order to account for the new CEO's commute. The dedication to making that bedrock hole in the other ceiling was next level. I don't know if I would ever want to do that again. I could do like a single block hole or something, but yeah, if somebody can think about the CEOs, that would be great. No, they were traveling by Happy Gas, super slow. Whip Seattle is showing. What can I say? I am Seattle born and raised. No, dude, they even closed the Starbucks roastery. How? Why? Who? What? Where? When? How? Why? I don't understand that one, dude. That was like the coolest Starbucks ever, and they closed it. Pretty sure it's because that was one of the ones that had unionized. So, you know, obviously Starbucks hates that. But, do you still collect all the stone? Not all of it, but we collect a good amount of it. Okay, we're gonna go repair tools now because it's a good time. Have you seen Mog's plan for how much bedrock breaking he will do? Yeah, he's gonna use some big absurd machine to do it, I'm sure. Ooh. Ooh, we hit day 11,500.
I'm writing a new book, The Art of Smoke.
Nice, Andreas. Good luck. Good luck on the book, though. Please don't be using my donos as a self-promo of sorts, though. But good luck. I saw you put the message in earlier. As a barista, it was mostly because the reserve was unionized. Yeah. I figured that was why. The reserve was so cool, though. They had alcoholic beverages and everything. So you could, like, go for happy hour, and it was great. How many days are that? 11,500 days? A decent amount of days. Alright, this is my experience farm. I have to go pee first, though. Sorry, one sec. Okay, we're back. Alrighty. Now we can repair the pickaxes. Also, we need more rockets. I only have 113 rockets again. Oh, let's do that. See, Flip as a vodka enjoyer. Anyone get the vibes? Not so much. If I'm drinking hard alcohol, I definitely prefer like a mezcal or a gin. Those are my two go-tos. But I don't really drink hard alcohol that much. 8-year-old son wants to say, hi, Cody's son. How we doing? Welcome on in. Like the stream for the chair, exactly. The Church of the Chair. No, I think we just need a random chair sitting on top of a mountain somewhere. Making margaritas for Halloween or sometime around then. I do love a mezcal margarita. Or a mezcal Negroni. Yummy.
Hey, for real.
Watched an anime movie called Spirited Away.
Dude, that's an OG Studio Ghibli. That one's OG. Didn't that come out in like the 70s or 80s? Nah, Nick, we're fine. We're chilling. These wither skellies, they ain't getting out of there, and if they do, that's... We'll put the chest plate back on. I just wanted to repair their elytra. And the enlightened chair on top of a mountain, just a single one. 2001? Oh, I thought Spirit Away was a lot older than 2001.
Pleased to meet you.
Can't believe it's been 2 years already. Thanks for all you do, Flip. The best CCS have the best communities, and this one is by far the best. Red heart emoji. Red heart emoji.
Nova Greystar, thank you for the tier 2 for 24 months. Enjoy the brand new tree. The purple one looks great on you. Thank you very much. Lovely to have you back as always. Thank you for being a positive part of the community too. Spirit Away is apparently 2001. Huh. What's the oldest Studio Ghibli movie? Because I feel like there's definitely like early 90s, late 80s. Cries in geriatric millennial. It's okay, I just am bad with dates. Grave of the Fireflies was 88. Okay, so they were back to the 80s. Okay. I've been really wanting to watch Princess Mononoke recently. That's kind of been on like a I should watch this soon list for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Hey, for real.
Discovered it by Alan Becker, online animator.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, it's really they got you would if you liked Spirited Away, definitely check out the other ones. They've got some really cool ones. Howl's Moving Castle is probably my favorite. Have you watched Leica movies? Leica movies? They made Coraline. That's like, isn't that stop motion? I don't think I've seen Coraline. Something about that animation style kind of gives me the ick. Like so much respect, but like the animation style kind of gives me the ick. It's that old school 3D stop motion-y kind of creepy. Just can't do it. What mod do you use for render distance? It's called Voxy. I definitely meant to turn on my recording for this. Whatever. We can turn it on now. We still have more pickaxes to repair.
Pleased to meet you.
Maybe you watched Hoodwinked before? It's been a while, but yeah. There we go. I love this farm.
Hey, for real.
I got Howl's Moving Castle
Yeah,
on
you'll
my
like that
watch
one.
list.
That one, the art style in it is just so good. The storyline probably isn't the most coherent, but it is just good, cozy. It's a good one. We watched that. What was the newest one that came out with the crane? I literally have a t-shirt of it. I'm blanking on the name right now. We watched that recently. That was good. VOXY. Yeah, this is one of those farms that, like, there's no way I could ever come up with the design or the functionality of this thing myself. But with the guidelines that you get off of the video for it, because this is called the Whiskey Train Wither Skeleton Farm, and it's definitely not for the weak. It's definitely a big boy. But, oh, it's so cool to have it working. And I mean, look how fast we just repaired so many pickaxes and shovels. I can turn it off now. Yeah, we're done. We just have to wait for it to come through to... We gotta let all the wither skellies clear out and the minecarts return, otherwise it breaks, so we gotta let it go. I still get scared of Caroline, and I'm an adult now. Yeah, I just don't think I really want to watch it. You do have to be careful of how much AFK time you're spending in this farm if you don't have a beacon set up. That is definitely part of it, because it will eat through your hunger. But we have a regen resist beacon here, so it's fine. Oh, Boomy Boy, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that about the layoff, but yeah, I was kind of assuming that was a lot of the unfortunate reasoning for it. Very, very Seattle of them. And by that, I mean not Seattle at all. That sucks, though. Hopefully you're able to find something else soon. And hopefully the hand recovers soon, too. Ouch. Okay. There's all of our pickaxes. Throw those guys back in here. Now, the best part about this farm is this. Pretty sure it's still going. Probably. Oh, no, that's out. Are we... Oh, yeah, okay. So it's... Where are you? Oh, no, it is going. Okay, it is going. It's just going faster than I can see. I had all this excess in here because it was not crafting quick enough, so the backup was all of those double chests were full. Oh, look at all this coal. Oh, we have so much coal. And the wither skelly heads. We're good, dude. We're good. I'm thinking about putting a nether-only mob switch inside of the tree. So it doesn't affect here because it'd be too far away. But then, like, we can kind of make the lore reason of inside of the tree, or the tree somehow stops hostile mobs from spawning. So, like, this area of the cyberpunk city would be safe. I want to see if we can get the music disc. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, maybe I step to the side. Still need to step to the side. Still didn't step to the side. Come on. Oh. Oh, come on now. What? He's gonna despawn, isn't he? What's that? What's that little defensive little I'm running away? Right here. Do it. Still missed. Come on. Okay, we got him. Let's go get the music disc. Yeah. The tears. So dumb. How much bones do you need? Yes. Look at that. Yeah. Gus. Actually, I should get some more pork chops while I'm up here. Dude, that Gast was so good. He was making me look like a fool. How do you think I could get people to play on my server, Flip? Find friends who also want to play with Minecraft. If you're making a public server and trying to get people to play on it, I have absolutely no idea. It is so incredibly difficult to grow a public Minecraft server nowadays. If you're trying to be like, I'm gonna run a successful Minecraft server, it's really, really hard to do. Oh, so much lag coming into the overworld. Why do I have 10 FPS? What are we doing today? Digging. I have 16 FPS here at my house. Ugh. Dude, I might like the thing that would force me to move out of this house is if I can't figure out how to stop all this lag. Yeah, not public. Yeah, good call. We're gonna put that in there because I have nowhere else to put it. Do I have a relic disc in there? I do. Okay. Did I put my? I didn't put my.
Hope you are having a happy whip-in Monday.
Discs, thank you so much for the 16 months, dude. Do I have another side disc in here? I do. Okay. That's why I'm trying to collect all of them. But where did I put my my lava chicken? Eve. Where did we put the discs? Nope, that's cat. Nope. Anybody remember where I put those discs? Nope. Did I put them out here? Nope. There's 4 relic discs though. Where did I put those music discs? Oh, there we go. Is there another chicken in the cave? No, like it's honestly. I think those are just regular mobs. I don't think that's. I guess it's really laggy over here, dude. But like. We're gonna move on. Ooh, there is a chicken in the cave. Okay, so it looks like there are some mobs over here that need to be removed. I mean, these are just natural spawning ones. I just haven't lit up all the caves here. They're trying to go home. Y'all said take them to the ocean. Now, most of what the lag has caused in this area is, one, the mob cap filling up, but then also how many chests I have around definitely does not help. So I said it does not help. So I really want to start working towards clearing out the chests and everything in this house.
Pleased to meet you.
Thanks to @anima_Lind for my sub gift to Woo.
Blocky, thank you for the resub. 37 months. I don't know why how that first said the at Animal Land. I thought it was on Animal Land, and I was like, okay. Like, I guess we're here now. Okay. Well, I guess we just ignore all that. Next project, light all caves. Yeah. They know a shortcut to the ocean. No, they're trying to get back to their lake that y'all told me to remove them from. Right, we're going to say yeah to that big section up there, and we're going to just pick off something from here. Just finished watching a VOD, then after I finished, it said you were live. It was meant to be. Welcome. Okay, we're gonna be taking. This is what we're gonna try and work on. I don't know if we're gonna finish this. We'll do as much as we can on it. Until I'm feeling ready to go. Dude, those turtles traversed. We dropped them out here. They came all the way up this river. There's a ton of them down in here. They all found a cave of some sort, went into the cave, trying to thinking that that would bring them back here. Those turtles are on a mission. TNT? No, we don't use TNT for terrain clearing. I'm gonna spleef the skeleton so hard right now. Sucker. Not our fault Minecraft Turtle A doesn't recognize quality of life upgrades. True.
Pleased to meet you.
How's the pickaxe today? Haven't broken one yet, Kiwi. Haven't broken one yet. Love you, Logan. Thank you so much for the 18 months. Appreciate ya. Because most of this needs to come down farther than that even, so it's going to be a little like, yeah, we got to take this down a good chunk. I'm gonna put a note in here, a little marker. Does the pickaxe have more durability than I remember? Did you repair it? We just went and repaired all of them, yeah. That was the nether trip. Just to fix them all up. Are you gonna get dressed up for Halloween? No, I'm not big on costumes. And we're going out of town for Halloween this year. We got a cabin in the woods that we're just Sid and I are going to and taking the dogs. So we're just gonna go chill in the woods for the weekend.
Cha-ching!
Miss Silver Fox, thank you for the 5 gift memberships. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. 1.5k people in here and only 850 likes. One day. One day. No, it's fine. But we could get to 1,000. That'd be pretty cool. What in the horror movie plot kind of plan is that? No, it's fine. We're going up before Halloween, so it's totally different. Remember, don't put your age in chat, please. I don't know why I turned the light-matic on. We don't need this for quite a while. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. No, I'm gonna have to have two big, tough huskies protecting me. Just kidding. They're gonna be snoozing in the corner, little cute husky balls. But no, it's I need to check the weather where we're going again, but I did see it was supposed to snow tomorrow, and I was like, oh, okay. It's like I wasn't really ready for snow, but I guess we're gonna be ready for snow. Huskies will welcome the intruders in and beg for treats. Nah, Nova's a fearsome guard dog. Until you start petting her, then she melts. But she'll be so ferocious. Easy shulker boxes mod. Yeah, I've heard of that mod. It's a little too not vanilla for me. Because then you just fill your inventory with shulker boxes. And things can swap in and out of those. And also, I don't want the super easy tool swapping. Like, I know there's mods out there you can install that, like, when your tools hit one durability, it will just, like, instant swap to another. Or it'll just, like, take it out of your hand and, like, put another, like, just empty your hand so, like, you don't break anything, or it'll just, like, throw it on the ground or something. But I don't want those. To me, those feel a little too cheeky. Like, that takes a lot of the risk, or the stuff that you gotta pay attention to when you're playing. I definitely understand the annoyance of breaking a tool, trust me. I totally get that part. But I feel like that's part of the game, you know? That's you gotta pay attention to it. You gotta catch them before they break. That's a swear. No, I don't want it. Every Misadventure just you can't say the S word. The snow. It is coming. Winter is coming. I'm a person who likes like I like a snow that'll come in and then 2 days later it's gone. You know, like, that's fun. Give me one snow day. I have to drive carefully. Maybe you like just don't go to the store that day. Something like that, you know? But I work from home, so that changes things. So it's a lot easier for me. But like one day where it's beautiful and like snowy winter wonderland. Great, awesome. The second day, oh, most of it melted. And that can come back another week or two for the same thing. But when it's sticking around for weeks or anything, I'm like, oh no, man. I don't want to have to like get my snow boots on and everything and whatnot every single time I have to go take the dogs out. I don't want to get full snow gear ready to go for it. How many tools do you break in total? On this mountain dig, we've broken 2 so far. I still think we're single digits on the total number that we've broken for pickaxes. Yeah, we're at 7 total. We have more iron pickaxes broken than netherite pickaxes. And hopefully... Ooh, did we pass 4 million blocks mined? We did! We passed 4 million blocks mined with our pickaxe today. Wow. As if we get snow days here. See, that's the perk of living in Seattle, is Seattle transportation has zero idea how to deal with snow. And the roads here are too steep a lot of the times. So if it snows, even an inch. I remember a day in high school, there was projected snow for the next day. And it was all the news weather channels were like, it's gonna snow 3 inches tomorrow. It's gonna be so much snow. Snowmageddon's coming. And then all of the schools preemptively canceled school the next day for the snow. And then it didn't snow, but they had already canceled school. So we just got the day off. And yes, they canceled school for 3 inches of snow. Yeah, I know. But if it gets cold enough and it sticks on the roads around here, it actually like a little bit of snow, because people don't normally drive in it, so they don't usually have snow tires on their cars and everything, that like that actually, a lot of the city will shut down. Snow, what's that? It's that weird white stuff that falls from the sky in movies. And people look like they're cold, you know? When there's even... there's a threat of even a 1/4 inch here in the southeast, everything shuts down. Yeah. Yeah, it has been pretty fun though. Like I remember a few times it's snowing just like, you know, crazy for Seattle. So we get like 8 inches or something on the roads and like a foot off of the roads. And there'd be a lot of the streets in the city that would be like fully shut down, like because they're too steep. So you'd have people sledding or skiing down them on like an old crappy pair of skis they don't care about ripping up the bottoms of, or even some people snowboarding. Like there was a pretty big snowstorm a few years ago. Not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I think. Yeah. Or no, it might have been last Christmas. Where there actually was almost like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow, but most of it was all like ice. And like I remember seeing on the news, like people were actually like snowboarding down from like because the main city area of Seattle is kind of downhill from a lot of the residential stuff, kind of sits higher up. Like there's Capitol Hill, which is a big residential area, and then you go down the hill into the downtown Seattle areas, and there are people who would just full on be just snowboarding to work from their little apartment building. They just snowboard down to whatever office building they worked in. And I'm like, that's so cool. The fact that people even just like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thought Seattle would get a ton of snow. No, we're at water level. Our elevation is very purely water level. Like I think I may be sitting at like 200 feet elevation right now at my house. Maybe 500 foot elevation. We're definitely on a hill, but yeah, no, the like main like downtown Seattle is at water level. Yeah, we just got a lot of rain, and even at that, most of what we get is just dark. Like, it never rains super hard, but we get a lot of really heavy cloud coverage that just makes it dark. Like, it wasn't raining on Sunday here. It rained a ton Friday and Saturday, but Sunday wasn't raining. But all of the clouds are still, like, just sticking in. That, like, even at, like, 10 a.m., it was like, okay, it's very dark out. Like, the sun was barely coming through the clouds. Just, like the very bare ambiance of the sun, like, peeking through. Like, the most indirect sunlight you could get. I mean, even stream, what was it, Friday? People were like, Whip, it's really dark in your office right now. And then I turned off the stream lights and everything, and people were like, oh my god, it's that dark? I'm like, yep. This is how bright it is outside right now. Ideal for Twilight vampires. Yeah, it's no wonder the Twilight vampires chose Washington. And they were even probably more, because they're out in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't that Forks or something? I can't remember. All I know is I've never been out to that part. That is like such a hard part of Washington to get to. It's like, I think it's like 2 or 3 ferry rides. If you're like starting in Seattle, at least. Decided to wear shorts and it's raining in low 40s. Shredder. Shredder. Olympic Peninsula is so beautiful. Yeah. I've actually never been to the Olympic National Forest. I really need to. It's been on my list for so long, and I've never been over there. I've been to the islands, and I've been up to the San Juans and whatnot, and all that a ton, but I've never actually, like, went... Like, my birthday last year was the first time I actually ever went to the coast. Like, I've always just spent time around the Puget Sound or gone, like, eastern Washington. And so that was the first time I'd ever went to the, like, the actual coast of Washington. Because we, with a bunch of friends, just got, for my birthday weekend, we got an Airbnb out on the coast. And granted, it was, like, foggy and overcast and gray the entire time out there, but it was still absolutely gorgeous. Like, it was really, really cool. Food Design is the tree farm that you built a few episodes ago. I popped up the YouTube video in the video, like showing where I got it from. I can't remember exactly. I'm out of here. Yeah, there you go. How are you not burning? Hello? There we go. Thank you, Minecraft. Love cruising in the Olympic Peninsula. Yeah, I really want to go to Cape Disappointment. That's like always been on my list to go to. Just because it's like, it's this place in Washington that people refer to as like one of the most beautiful places in the world. If it's not foggy, but it's foggy like something like 260 days a year or something like that. Like more than 2/3 of the year it is covered in fog. To the point where there's like zero visibility because it all just gets stuck in there. But if you can get it on the clear day, it's like apparently the most beautiful thing ever. And like I feel like that's one of those things that I really want to go to. And also the unfortunate difficult part of it is that it is a I think it's like a 6-mile hike or something from the nearest like trailhead to get to it. It's like a 6-mile hike just along the coast until you get there. So like you're committed to getting like that little narrow window of like arriving and getting that cool view, or you're just gonna be like, oh, this is disappointing. Hence where it got its name. It's really pretty, Ben. Yeah, I gotta go, dude. I gotta go one day. Thanks for hanging, Martin. You have a good one. What is it, outside the mountains? Here? Trees? Stuff we need to light up? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, another pork chop time. What's your favorite build in this world? The Foliage University. Oh. Sorry, I'm upping my bat stat. Until Mojang adds a purpose for bats in Minecraft, they are target practice. Have you gone up to Desolation Sound in BC yet? I have not, no. No, I maybe I did actually, because isn't that just outside the San Juans? Or where am I? Maybe? No, I don't think I have. I've been under the San Juans on a boat once when I was younger. My grandparents were really big boat people, so they wanted to do like a big whole family trip up to the San Juans and like did all that. But yeah, we cruised around for like 2 weeks to a bunch of the different spaces up there and into the BC side for like a week of it. I just can't remember exactly where we went, but so. Go to the enchantments. Yeah, the enchantments are so hard to get into. My dad and I tried because you have to get the pass to be able to go up there and go camping, and it's a lottery to get it. And we signed up, the two of us both signed up for almost 8 years straight. I'm pretty sure it was 8 years before we stopped. And we just never got picked on the lottery to go up there to get the camping pass. But yeah, the enchantments, I feel like especially if you were there probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, would be the most beautiful time ever. Like before any of the leaves started falling, but you get like the beautiful fall vibes throughout. Oh, that'd be so nice. Yeah, the enchantments are also very high on the list to go check out.
What 50? Anyway, hello.
Hey, Thomas with the 50 months, my dude. Thank you so very much. Hope you're doing well today. How's everything going? Rough luck. I know, yeah. We even got to the point where some of his friends were also signing up and just being like, yeah, if I get in, you guys can have it. And we just never got chosen. Want to go up to North Cascades next fall? Yeah. If you have a chance to do the North Cascade Highway in the summer, highly recommend. Or even the, what is it, Highway 2 that goes from Leavenworth, like through Leavenworth back to Seattle. Both are just absolutely gorgeous drives. You're still live? Gonna watch from the beginning? Hello, future Megan. Yeah, we're still live for a little bit. I want to keep digging this down a bit further. I think that Mojang made the end for us to build and update. It also, bats are just start. Yeah, I think the end update, I mean, I have a video that talked about what I want to see in an end update on the channel. It came out a few weeks ago. For anybody who's curious, highly recommend watching that. I feel like I had a pretty good idea of what an end update could be. So yeah, I want to, I would be surprised if Minecraft development ends before the end is updated to some capacity. What that capacity is, who knows? But there's going to be an end update at some point. Like, why would they add end flashes to the end just randomly? Just for fun? Like, why would that get added into the game if there's not, like, other work being done in the end? Like, who at Mojang was just like, you know what? I'm going to make the light in the end just flash purple every once in a while. Just for funsies. Just because I can. And then the entire team was like, yeah, let's send that. That's a good update. Let's send that update. No. They're cooking something. They're definitely cooking something. Who knows how long until we see it, but they're doing something. If we got them to update caves, we can get them to update the end. Yeah, I think it's just Mojang is... I love them so much. They're doing such a good job with handling like the game as a whole. But I think they're trying to appease that seasonal live service game that really just attracts in players all the time because there's FOMO or there's always new stuff to do, so you always want to keep playing the game. And it feels like to me Mojang is trying to do that, whether they decided to do it or Xbox said that they had to do it or Microsoft said that they had to do it. I don't really know, but I don't think it's the best interest for the game. There's so many people that I know that have played Minecraft consistently, but they don't follow the social medias of the game. And so they kind of just update whenever they feel like it, or they do like a big once a year update. And so a lot updated to 1.21.10. And they're like, they just randomly stumbled upon a happy ghast or whatever. And like, they're like, when was this added to the game? Like, what the heck is this? What are these things? And they're just like this. Now that they've like waited a while to get all these updates, they're like, oh cool, there's a lot of stuff, but nothing of it really ties together all that much because they're all their own little drop packages. And I don't know, man. I feel like Microsoft needs to not do drops, but I also think the community needs to be nicer to the developers when they're working on a project. I think the developers moved into doing drops, or Mojang as a studio did it to protect the developers, because they are working really hard. They're doing their best to make this game, and they definitely have the game's best interest at heart when they're developing things. And no game devs are going to get it right the first time. And sometimes, especially with Minecraft's philosophy of developing alongside what the community wants through snapshots and pre-releases and all that and betas, like there's a lot of stuff that comes into the game a little quirky, to put it nicely. And people just like absolutely rag on Mojang so much and call them like the worst developers ever, and how can these people, like, they obviously work only an hour a week, blah 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 blah. Like, people are so mean to them. And then they're also over here being like, but when you give good update, and it's just like, but these updates are pretty good. They just might not be for you. So I don't know. I really think the end update's coming, but I also think it's gonna be a long time before we see it. Yeah, Mojang definitely has the community that is for the person who's asking about the Stone Mine, 2.8 million. Mojang definitely has that side of the community that most online communities have, which is nobody hates on a project more than the biggest fan of the project. Like, nobody hates Star Wars as much as a Star Wars fan. And like all of that stuff, like all of that very much applies, because people who love something so very much and want it to be just this amazing thing, especially when you get into realm of nostalgia value add-ins. Like, a lot of people are like, Minecraft 1.6 was so much better than 1.21, blah blah blah. And but then they go back and play it and they're like, wait, this actually kind of sucks. But like, there's a huge push for those older versions of Minecraft on content creation, like for videos right now and things like that. Like, a lot of people like seeing the building in beta Minecraft videos or something like that. And it's cool that they're still available, but also those games are like, not even arguably, like they are worse games than what we have now in a lot of regards. But some people are so obsessed with them because that nostalgia value comes in, so they relate everything back to like the nostalgia feelings they had when playing the game instead of like how the game's actually played, which is very different. We probably all remember that from childhood video games that we loved versus playing them nowadays. You're like, man, this isn't as good as I remember. So yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. It would be so hard to be a developer for Mojang. You'd have to be so good about not being on social media any more than you absolutely have to be. Like that's so hard because they're all working on it as like a project that they love and are wanting to invest so much into. But then they're kind of, I mean, I'm also out there saying with like Mounts of Mayhem, like that update is not something for me. Like the next drop that we're getting in Mounts of Mayhem, zero part of me is interested in any feature that's coming into that. I don't care about the spear. I don't care at all about the Nautilus. Maybe I'll use it. I doubt it because it's still slower to mine blocks. Sure, you can place blocks, but it's still slow to mine blocks because you're on a mount. So that makes it absolutely worthless for my playstyle. Because the only reason I would use it is to like go mine coral or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they take it. Like I think they need to be delivering a little bit more than they are, and whether that, I think less consistent updates would be better to be able to deliver bigger updates. Yep, never read the comments for you put on the old texture pack of Minecraft Leaves? No, absolutely not. That thing looks so ugly. Programmer art, very ugly. Pretty sure Bars did some cool vids on modern beta, but know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay to go and experiment with those and keep trying it. And I think Bars just had a good idea for a video there. Like, and that server was definitely blowing up for a while when it was going. So I think it's fun to like, for a little challenge thing, sure, go back and play the old versions. But like, and I don't mean to tell anybody to not play them, but I think it's good to acknowledge that like some of that enjoyment about why it's so cool is the nostalgia of how cool we used to think it was. I think that's a very fair thing to say. I was in the Minecraft headquarters in Stockholm yesterday. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I gotta make it out there one day. One day I gotta get out there. That's definitely on the list of like, I've made it as a content creator to get flown out to the game studio of the game that you play as a content creator. Oh, one day we'll get there. Hey, the old pack was amazing. Yeah, not really. It got us through. It got us through. But it's called programmer art for a reason, because it was not made by an artist. Some of the later editions were. But yeah, it's definitely was not the best, in my opinion. I mean, it was fine. I used it for years. But I am so much happier with the new texture pack we have. Like, vanilla Minecraft to me used to need a texture pack to make it look good. Current Minecraft, I don't think needs a texture pack to make it look good. I do think current Minecraft is definitely aging a little bit. It's definitely starting to look a little aged, but it's Minecraft nostalgia, so they can't really change how it all looks all that much. But I think vibrant visuals being like finally coming to Java and finally being like a fully developed feature, because God, I hope the feature that is in Bedrock right now is not fully developed for vibrant visuals, because that is that's not good if that is the shaders that they're trying to have all of us play with. That being said, though, I definitely think that Minecraft, compared to other modern games, is definitely, even with the 8-bit style and all that, compared even to other 8-bit games, is starting to look a little aged. And I think it definitely could use a little bit of love and something to clean it up. What that something is, I don't really know, but I do think it needs a little something. It was good. We didn't know any better. Yeah. Well, that was even like why back in the day, like people like Mumbo used to use the Faithful resource pack that literally just like upscaled the textures to make them look a little bit higher def, as like you could get a 32, 128, or 256 bit texture. I personally don't think those ones ever really looked that good. I wasn't a big fan of them. But I can definitely see why people went and used them. I mean, that was why I originally got interested in the Conquest resource pack, was because it was something that was really done from an artistic perspective, and I just thought it was super cool. I thought for sure we'd be getting to the point soon where we would have some features that we could, start carving out instead of just, but nope. This is going down a good way, I think. I can't get into the... Yeah, those texture packs that are like the photorealistic Minecraft and whatnot, like, they look so bad to me. When you're going photorealistic, but you still have the same, like, blocky shape for a cow, like, it looks terrible, in my opinion. There are some that have done, like, good jobs with, like, breaking away from, like, the square shapes for, like, foliage and stuff. Like, some, like, of the photorealistic plant packs are cool to look at, but I don't think they're good to play with at all. Might have been a little bit too big of a chunk than I had initially thought it was when I carved it out. But we're zooming though. We've just been breaking blocks for 3 hours. That little section over here, carve that on the way back. Now once I finish this, I gotta really start thinking about what the monument's gonna look like. I'm scared for that. I don't really know. Oh, that was what I wanted. Dang it. I gotta actually design the monument now? I thought it was just a looming thing that I'd never have to deal with. Yeah, 1K likes yet? Nope. Minecraft was not for photorealism, same way how Disney movies weren't made for live action. True. What do you mean, y'all didn't love Snow White? I thought that was like the most loved movie ever on the live action side. Wait, is it monument, monastery, museum? All of the above right now. We'll see. No idea what it's gonna land up as. You still playing a retexture of the riverbanks? Yeah. I've been working on that a little bit in creative. I wish I could show that as the spoiler for today, but it's currently covered by a mountain. I was working on that this morning. I'm trying something out. I'm not sure if I love it yet. I like the idea of it, but I'm trying to do like a landslide coming down. Or like what used to be a landslide, and I'm gonna cover it with tall grass, but it's like all like dirts and muds and everything underneath. There's some movies that don't need to remake. Actually, I think most movies don't need to be remade. I think if they, you know, focused on telling new stories instead of retelling old stories, we'd have better stories. It's hard though. Like I definitely see where there's no shortage of film producers, directors, whatever, that want to be telling new stories out there. There's definitely thousands of directors who are trying to get new stories greenlit and get funding to be able to develop them and whatnot. But like,
oh dang, I managed to make a stream.
Arthur, thank you for the 32 months, dude. I appreciate you. But like when you have like all of them money on the line behind it, a lot of those big animation studios or big film studios and everything are gonna so clearly just be like, yep, we're gonna go with what we think is gonna make money because it has successfully made money in the past. And that's yeah, I feel like that's kind of the big plague in Hollywood right now, is that it's about what's going to make money, not being about telling a cool story. And so they're very much in it for, all right, cool, yeah, we could tell something new that's a big risk, or we could tell this story that we know is going to make a lot of money. Like Sid and I watched, it's definitely not a family friendly one, but we watched Mikey 17 recently, like a month or two ago. It's so cool, and I had never heard about it until we randomly just found it on streaming or something like that. I can't remember what program it was on, but that movie was so good. It was real. I was like so surprised at how good it was. And like that was somebody who took a bet on something brand new. Then the movie turned out fantastic, but you still don't really hear much about it because it wasn't one of the big name ones that people are always like, oh my god, I have to go watch this. It's like a full new thing. And if that stories made sense, that sure, it made sure the marketing was done. Yeah, there's a lot of films coming out now that I feel like they're just not spending marketing budgets on. They're like expecting the guerrilla marketing to bring it home of like the fan excitement and all that, but then there's no fan excitement because nobody knows it exists. It was like that new Pixar one that came out where the animation studio, like one of the PR reps was like put out a TikTok that was like something about fans asking for new stories, and then we give you a new story and you don't go to watch it. This is why we don't make new stories. And it was like, well, first of all, your new story sucked, and just because you made something new doesn't mean we have to go watch it. Which like that was like one of those, you're like, yeah, this is a very, very bad take. Maybe you shouldn't have made this TikTok. Wasn't that Pixar that made a new one? The Elio? Yeah, wasn't that for Elio release? Another Bean Mouth movie. Mickey 17 is based on a short story. Yeah, I didn't know that, but the movie was awesome. It was really, really cool. Definitely not family friendly. So, you know, definitely don't just throw it on with the kiddos. But it was worth a watch. How'd you start your world? I typed in the seed building space with space flip, and then I hit create new world. I threw away my dirt. Hollywood has a big problem blaming their fans for their failures. Yeah, that's why if I ever have a bad video, I know it's all of your fault. I delivered the best content ever, and it was you who didn't watch the content. So it was your fault that my video didn't get 1 million views. That's what I'm getting here. Thank you. We've come full circle on this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sometimes my videos aren't the best. I think they're all good, but I think sometimes they're not the best. Or it's something where I didn't market it the best way. Usually that's it. There's been this interesting theory going around in the YouTube side. I've been kind of on the train of watching some like YouTube algorithm channels. They're like, here's how to grow big on YouTube. Good, kind of like only the ones that I actually like think are smart, not just the people throwing out, here's 5 tips on how to grow a YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But like the people who want to have a discussion on that stuff. I find it interesting. And a lot of people have been coming recently being like, the content of your video actually does not matter at all past the 15-second mark. Which is so crazy. And there's this guy who, he's pretty big in the creator scene. I'm blanking on his name right now. As far as like creator advice channels. And he was like, yeah. If you have a good thumbnail and you have a good title that are actionable and work together with each other, and then you have a good intro on your video for 15 seconds, you can keep people locked in from there. The rest of your video, as long as it's on the same theme, does not matter. And I was like, oh, I guess that's true. So I've been really trying hard for these last few videos of being really, really good on the title, the thumbnail, and the intro. And this is the best month I've had on YouTube in probably 8 months. I've had 3 1 out of 10s in the last while. The last 3 videos were all 1 out of 10s. And then also, I've had some shorts that I've done, like, also been 1 out of 10 on shorts. So I'm like, all right, I guess that matters. I'm really happy to see that Sony is starting to become an actual competitor for Disney in the animation department. Dude, K-pop Demon Hunters killed it. So cool. Oh, I so hope that Disney, Pixar, and all those studios and everything like have a little bit of a come together and hey, we gotta up the game. Because if Sony keeps coming out with stuff like K-pop Demon Hunters, oh dude, the quality of the animation. That, like, simply put, the quality of the animation, the story aside, like, the story was fine. Or, no, I mean, it was great. Like, it was great on its own. More than fine. But, like, purely the artistic quality of any single frame that you could stop in that movie was so good. I agree. When I'm scrolling for something to watch, I choose by the first 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a spoiler that I can show y'all. Because I kind of already spoiled the next video. Well, I already spoiled that. But I spoiled that house, and that's really far away. I can spoil a little bit of what I'm planning over here. I'm working on... We're gonna relocate this dude's house. I think he left. I think he moved out, though. He moved out. We're gonna have to go find a new villager, but we're gonna relocate him up to here. And it's gonna be in the same style as that little village over there. But so we're gonna get a villager relocated up to here. He's gonna have his own cool little house. And then it's also gonna be like he's gonna have a little shed over here with all that. And he's gonna have a little farm area and some trees around. So he's gonna have his own nice little private land over here. That's what I got for spoiler now. And also I've been working on some like bunches of trees throughout. So we got like a few pockets of some like aspen trees, birch trees, and then like some some of our spruce trees and like our warm weather pine trees and whatnot. So there you go. I'm just counting the days till Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, that's gonna be a cool one. Yeah, that's part 3, right? Like, that's gonna be the final part. Like, there's only 3 parts, I guess. yeah, before we can get to building that little village house, we've got to do a little bit of clearing. I think tomorrow is also going to be, I'm just going to wake up and log in and get digging. So hopefully by the time we're here on Wednesday's stream, a lot of this is just gone. I'm really hoping by Wednesday's stream, like at least this back section here, maybe I can get all this done. Definitely this chunk that we're working on right now, because I think I'm getting pretty hungry, so. I've also been streaming 3 hours, so. You see the new Superman movie? I'm so superheroed out, dude. I couldn't care less about superhero movies. You love me? I don't really know you, so saying I love you is kind of weird. That's like kind of a weird first question to ask. So, I don't know, maybe think of like a different opener to the conversation. That'd be kind of cool. And like a weird, like platonic content creator viewer relationship, maybe, but like anything beyond that, nah, that's weird, dude. Whip needs to play the Forbidden West before Game 3 comes out, likely to be announced next year. Ooh. I didn't know there's gonna be a Game 3. Maybe I do need to do that. I've been meaning to play Forbidden West. Dude, there's so many good games out right now that the idea of going back to playing something that came out a few years ago, just like, I got too many coming out now that every time I'm like finishing one that I'm like, oh my god, I need this next one. I need to really just sit down and finish Hollow Knight too. I think I can just, I think not Silk Tongue, the first Hollow Knight, but I think I could finish it in a night, maybe. I think if I looked up a guide, I could finish it in a night. But if I'm like going blind adventuring, I think it'll probably take me a few days. But I so want to. I want to finish that one so I can just like kind of check it off the list. I don't think I'm gonna jump into Silksong right away because I got too many other games I'm playing. Horizon Zero Dawn took me a while to physically get it because I kept waiting for it to come to PC. But then when I installed it, I was locked in, dude. That was such a beautiful world. And the storytelling in Horizon Zero Dawn, so good. And the combat, even better. Now the development studio, wasn't that Guerrilla? Who is the developer behind that? I can't remember. But that is, Horizon Zero Dawn is such a cool art direction and just way of a world. Like the world building for that, just beautiful. Like, there's no game out there that is even closely related to like the type of world that exists in Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West and all that. Just that whole franchise, like that world building they did to create that thing is just, that's just so cool. Expedition 33 was definitely, if they don't, I feel like the reason Expedition would not win Game of the Year is just purely based off of release cycle. Like I think unfortunately Game of the Year really comes down to, especially when it's community voted, of when you release the game. And I think if Expedition 33 came out around the time when the vote was happening, I think Expedition 33 would have taken everything. Like they would have swept the awards. Absolutely just gobbled up everything. They would have won everything. But I think it's unfortunately a game that like I loved so very much. It was absolutely beautiful. Such a good storyline. But I haven't really thought about it much since I finished it. Like every time somebody in chat here mentions it, I'm always like, Oh, right. Yeah, I loved that game. That was so good. Oh, I forgot about that one. But I'm never like, yeah. Remember Expedition 33? Like, and that's not even, that's more of a me thing than anything. There's just too many other games coming out this year that are taking my attention and making me want to play other things and all that I'm not really like there sitting soaking in the nostalgia of games that I've already played. So I really hope they do win it. I really think Expedition deserves it, but I think unfortunately the only thing that could for me would see them losing it is purely based off of a really good game coming out in the next little while. Which I don't know if there's anything on the release radar that I'm aware of that is like expected to blow away everything. I will say I'm very excited for Cyberpunk 2. So excited to go so far into the past. Year 2 Cyberpunk. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Screw that 2077 stuff. We need to go back to year 2. So many jaw-dropping moments in Expedition 33. It's insane. The end of Act 1. Dude, the end of Act 1, I shed a tear. And the end of the game, too, dude. Oh, they did such a good job. Especially for a small dev studio. It just shows that so much love went into that game. Like, the dev studio that made that game, just put everything they had into it. Witcher 4. Is Witcher 4 supposed to come out this year? After I get through this next phase of projects that I'm on, because they're kind of all time-bound with some brand deals coming in. But then I really, really want to, like, kind of... I think January is either... Well, I'm traveling. Excuse me. Traveling for a bit of January this year. So we won't be able to do the full send stream month. But I feel like I also in January want to just, like, play through so many of the games I've been having on my list for a while. I feel like that's something that's going to be really important for me. Okay, there's all the dirt from this layer. Limit mobs to spawn by spawn egg in pure vanilla. Can't you disable mob spawning as a game rule? I don't know if that also disables spawn eggs or not, but it'd be worth checking. You heard about the new dispatch game? I've not. January's YouTuber summer vacation? Yeah, it's because there is... If you are an established YouTuber, January, don't even bother uploading. Like, if you're not living... If you're past the point on YouTube of living, like, paycheck to paycheck, I guess, or if, like, if you miss an upload, you're not going to make enough money... I'm thankfully at the point where I can now account for that off of other months that are higher revenue. I'm smart and I save that money so that I can have time where I can have slower months like January and not be super worried about it. But I know some people will kind of spend what they earn or are not earning a whole lot, so they don't have the ability to have that freedom. But yeah, if you're an established content creator, typically in January, if I've spent where I've worked all of January and I've spent where I've taken the entire month off, and the times where I've worked all of January, I earn like a quarter of what I earn like any other month. Like averaging out the other months, it's like a quarter of that. Because January is just like all of the ad revenue gets reset back to near nothing. Because no businesses have their budgets approved for the year, so they don't have their advertising budgets out there. And then on top of that, you have viewers are extremely busy IRL with their New Year's resolutions or just getting the school year started up and blah blah blah, all that type of stuff. So like views are at their lowest ever in January, and also advertisement like rates are at their lowest forever and ever out of the year in January. So like there actually is, if you're an established creator, there's really no point in uploading in January. But I would say the reason why I'm saying established creator is that if you are a new creator and you want to grow on YouTube, uploading in January is one of the best times to get subscriber growth as a new content creator, because all of the established content creators take January off. If you take that as the opportunity to be like, I'm gonna post videos and I'm gonna hit it hard, and I know I'm not gonna make money off of these, but these videos are gonna be out there as really high quality ones for people who normally watch the big content creators. A lot of them are still going to be out there looking for videos to watch, and then because big content creator A isn't there, you as little content creator B could get some of those views that they would normally get, or the people are looking through their home feed instead of their subscription feed. Like they're going to see your video instead of the other guys. So if you're a small content creator, uploading in January, I actually recommend. If you're a big content creator, it's not worth it. I guess I shouldn't say big content creator. A content creator who has the ability to take the time off. It doesn't matter big or small. People will be living paycheck to paycheck at any level. I've seen people change to React videos whenever it's January. Yeah, a lot of people just kind of put up throwaway content in January, like stuff that they recorded in early December or whatever, and then they just kind of throw it on the channel to go live wherever throughout, or they'll do like best bits of 2025 type videos if they didn't do that at the end of December. Because a lot of content creators come like the third week of December. That's usually when people start quieting down, and then they take off through the new year, and then usually people start working again, at least in my circles, towards mid-end January, like third week of January, so that you can have a video coming out like the first or second week of February, or the last week of January, whatever you're kind of targeting in there. Maybe you should start a new channel in January, incognito. I've kind of thought about that as an experiment to see, because so many people are like, what advice do you have for a new content creator? How would you grow nowadays? And part of me wants to just like one day create a new channel and just throw out a high quality video and see what happens. But the problem is that if it doesn't work, I have wasted so many hours of work time that I could have put into something for the main channel. So, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get inspired. Or like finding somebody, what I would love to do is like find somebody who is really talented as a small creator and almost be like a channel director. Like be like the movie director for them, and like be like, all right, here's how we do it. Let's edit this video together. No, we're gonna like doing like the full like director, like tell them when they need to re-record voice lines and when to re-say things to get it to be like a more consistent tone, and like keep the whatever vibe they want in there consistent throughout. Like I would love to work on that with somebody one day. I feel like that could be a really fun challenge. Like they can come in with the project, they can come in with all that stuff, and I'll help them build the video. I'd be like, all right, you got the project, you got the build. Let's do all of that. Let's talk about how to turn that thing into a video. I like chill stream January. It feels fitting. Yeah, I like doing chill streams in January. Yeah, then make it main channel video being like, here's what I got wrong. I know Ludwig did that a while ago, where he was somebody had asked him in Twitch chat, where it's like, if you reset completely, do you think you could grow again? Like, how hard is it to grow? So he actually like spent a day streaming on a brand new channel with nobody there, and ended up like doing a whole video like while he was live streaming about like the experience doing it, and kind of showcasing how hard it is to actually grow on Twitch. Use one of your friends as a lab rat. Yeah, it could be fun. I feel like I could have done it really successful back in like the hardcore hype of just like doing something over there and just seeing what could happen. But like nowadays, I don't really know. You'd have to do like a video right now, I feel like, is I'm starting over in my Minecraft world, or I'm starting a new my new Minecraft forever world, or something along those lines. We're getting down there. It's getting closer. I think that's the last layer, though. I'm getting hungry. Spoiler yet? We did. Showed off a new little house. It's back on that side of the train. For that, redoing that house that got cut off by the river. Just keeping it over here, I think, is a fun way of keeping that little unique element. Gonna get all this granite now. Pickaxe durability? Eh, it's still good for a bit. It's at 280. Sometimes when y'all say that, I'm like, oh god, did I forget to look at it? Like, I kind of freaked out. It's like, whoa. And we got like another half stretch down here before it gets too low. Video on Thursday this week? Unfortunately, no video this week. With Halloween, I decided to just not post a video. If there's usually a holiday that lands around the Thursday, like a US holiday, I kind of take that for myself as I'm not going to post the video. Because is Halloween on the 31st? Of course it's on the 31st. Is it on Thursday? No, it's on Friday. Oh, right. But yeah, so day before Halloween, I feel like most of my views come in within the first 24 hours. And so with that, by the time the video releases, we're already looking at near the next day internationally, like for Europe and all that. So we're traumatized by the previous streams. I know, gosh. The fact that we managed that. Are you letting the blocks despawn? Always have to go collect more? I'm just keeping some of it. I don't know. Whenever I change a pickaxe, I go and unload what I have on me. These are definitely filling up. I'm not being super picky about getting everything. Why not Saturday release? Saturday videos I find don't work out super well for me. And my expected release date for videos is Thursdays. A lot of my audience expects a Thursday video, so when I upload a video that's not on a Thursday, a lot of people are like, what? I wasn't planning for this. And when my videos are like 40 minutes, usually like in the 30 to 40 minute range, I like to keep that day consistent so that I know a lot of people keep a slot in their Thursday afternoon to watch the weekly flip video, which I really appreciate. So I like to respect that and try and keep it on the same day. I think it helps me and it helps everybody kind of keep something in the same. Yeah, no video coming this week. We'll stream today and Wednesday, and then I'll be back on Monday. Grian 2.0. Don't be it's a little much there, bud. I don't need you defending me. And also, why are you impersonating Grian? That's a weird choice. People can ask why there's videos or why there's not videos. I'm always happy to answer. Mr. Orocasis, I think it is. It's mostly because I'm dealing with a lot more than a single stack when I find an item. So, and I don't really mind swapping it out real quick. It doesn't take too long. Missed you at the bakery event. Hope you're well. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, I was only able to log on the one time throughout it. I had such a busy weekend, unfortunately. I didn't hear about the event until like a few days before, so I wasn't able to plan around it too much. I had a lot of stuff going on that weekend already. And too many IRL friends moved to the Seattle area, and now my weekends are full. Ugh. Too many friends to hang out with. No, yeah, I was just... That was fun to be part of the event and contribute a little bit and mostly just fly around and stare at what everybody else was doing. But it was fun. Dude, I disabled the Xbox Game Bar notification pop-ups, and they still keep happening. I don't know how to get rid of it. It's so annoying. They're always like, come check out these achievements you've got. And I'm like, I don't want to. Leave me alone. I'm in Australia, so I must have missed it. Yeah, I was only on like the Friday afternoon my time, so like pretty much this time on the Friday when it opened. It was cool to be part of though. Music still on or quiet? Just a quiet song. Quiet vibey song from Minecraft Dungeons. Ugh, friends, how horrible. I know. Thank you for understanding. No, all my friends are great. They're good people. Yeah, we had some of our best friends from college all in the last year just randomly moved to the Seattle area. Not really random, but like they all like moved up about the same time. So I had one of my best friends from high school, still connected with him up here, and we'd hang out with them like on like a monthly basis. But that was kind of like our only like outside of family was the only like really close friends that we kept up with a lot in the area. And now our group of like 4 people that we'd get together every once in a while is now there's 8 of us, and then I also had some other family that we're close to move into the area, and so now like so there's the friend group is very quickly expanding and growing, and which is great. Like it's really fun to be able to meet up with people and say hi and like stay connected and like kind of really have that good community. but it's definitely one of those. It's like there's a lot of people to meet up with here now, which is great. Like, it's absolutely awesome. Not complaining at all. Thought you went to a wedding. I was at a wedding a little while ago. Yeah, down in Tahoe, which was gorgeous. Very, very surprised by how much I love Tahoe. Oh, that's grass that I fixed in the schematic. Right, I did a little bit of fixing. It's a little laggy when we're doing this, but we're getting there. I think I'm gonna call it there on today's stream, though. We got a lot done. We took everything came down by at least 3 blocks. That came down by 6 blocks over there, and this came down by a good amount. So it's getting there. We've still got a lot to dig. All of the purple needs to get removed. And I'm also realizing that I need to expand the schematic over here because it doesn't have that corner caught in it. So I've got to fix that up. Hey, Crypto, how we doing? I thought I was subscribed for like 3 years. Just checked. I was not. So sad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, we're getting through it. Yeah, that was the spoiler for those who missed it. I was just showing off the little house that's going to go over there. I felt like I needed something in the landscape after we built it. But yeah, we've got a lot of digging. There's still snow. Oh, we didn't get rid of all the snow, but we kind of stopped working on that side, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'll probably come back after stream and finish this. Mom TT13, I think. Making progress. Yes, we are. I'll check stats real quick after this finish saving. Oh, Rofo, did you just raid into the stream? I'm so sorry. I'm leaving. Thank you. Welcome on in, raiders. Yeah, we're at 2.85 million stone mined. We're at 708,000 dirt mined, so we probably passed 700,000 today. The pickaxe just passed 4 million mined, and we are less than 90. We're at 88,000-ish away from hitting 2 million on the shovel, which is pretty cool. So. And the most important stat is we're up to 55 bats killed. So that number's getting up there too. But my friends, that's going to do it for today. Thank you everybody for dealing with the tech issues and whatnot when we got started. But I'm going to jump on out of here. We will go... there's an ad running on Twitch right now. So, you know, this is great. Great timing. Why did a 2-minute and 30-second ad play on Twitch? I thought I set it to 1.5 minutes. Yeah, Twitch changing things on us. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. I'm gonna go find somebody to raid over on Twitch. Thank you all so very much. Casual 2 mil. Super cash. Who's live that I know? We will go ahead and raid Linksy, because why not? We haven't done that yet this week. Thank you everybody for being here. I really do appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.